Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Saturday night, everybody. Glad to have you guys back in the stream tonight as we have NBA primetime hoops. The Boston Celtics back in action. The league's best with a record of 44-12 this season. They've won 7 straight games. That is tied for the longest active win streak in the NBA alongside the Dallas Mavericks. First in the NBA for the Celtics. They are 7.5 games ahead of Cleveland in the Eastern Conference, who is second. 5 games ahead of Minnesota and OKC, who are tied for second behind Boston at the top of the NBA. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe for this one. This game taking place on the home floor of the New York Knicks, Madison Square Garden. The Knicks enter the matchup, a record of 34-22. They just snapped a 4-game losing streak in their last game, coming off the All-Star break with a victory. They're 19-8 on their home floor, winning over Philly on the road, 110-96 on Thursday. Right now, New York, 4th in the Eastern Conference, 1.5 games back behind Milwaukee. So, yeah, big game tonight here. Knicks with a couple key players listed out for this matchup. Julius Randle still out due to a shoulder injury. OG Anunoby out due to an elbow injury. And Mitchell Robinson out due to an ankle injury. Miles McBride came into this game questionable. Looks like he has been upgraded, though, for his status for today's game. So it's just Robinson, Anunoby, and Randle, the 3 players listed out. We're going to tip off in around 10.5 minutes from now. We will be tipping off this game tonight, taking place at Madison Square Garden. Mario, welcome to the stream. Daniel, welcome back in. Christian, welcome aboard. Yeah, I saw that insane. Kentucky racked up 117 points today. That's the most points scored ever in program history for Kentucky. What a game for Big Blue there. Picking up the win. A lot of shocking results once again today. I saw New Mexico lost a home game against Air Force, which is a terrible loss that happened today. A lot of 1-point games being decided. Houston with a big win on the road at Baylor in overtime, and then Wake Forest putting themselves in the bracket as they upset Duke today for Wake Forest in their home floor. They had this massive court storm where Kyle Filipowski, he actually got injured, got trampled over in the court storm, sprained his ankle, and there's going to have to be something done in the future now for Court Storms because the game wasn't even finished. It was like Wake Forest fans were all like right at the sideline, getting ready to storm the court, and the Duke players couldn't even clear off the court. All the Wake fans just piled onto the court when it was like simultaneous down to 0, and they were all just rushing onto the court. And yeah, something's really gonna have to change in the future when it comes to down to college basketball Court Storms, because it's getting just worse and worse and worse. Last month, Caitlin Clark trampled over during a court storm against Ohio State, and then today just took it to another level with Kyle Filipowski spraining his ankle during that court storm today. I would go with Tennessee right there. Tennessee has got just a better, solid, top to bottom team in terms of balance, in my opinion, when it comes down to defense. That's the big key right there, is defense and offense for Tennessee. Baylor's just so electric offensively, but their defense is a major question mark. So in terms of balance, Tennessee would have the upper hand for that matchup. NBA slate's pretty light tonight. This is just 1 out of 3 games in the NBA slate. The Magic leading the Pistons 28-25. And then the Nets at T-Wolves later tonight at 9. So this is the middle game, the ABC primetime game. So usually there's a lot more games on a Saturday, but it was pretty much jam-packed since we were coming off the All-Star break on a Friday and on a Thursday and a Friday to start off after the All-Star break. Man, the Celtics are cooking 7 straight wins in a row. They made 23 threes against Chicago on Thursday in their first game back from the All-Star break. Celtics won on the road 129-112, and look at the up it to 8 tonight, which would be the league leader in win streaks if they're able to up it to 8. Right now they're tied with Dallas for 7 straight, which this is the crazy stat right here. Boston. So the Celtics are 7.5 games ahead of Cleveland, who is number 2 in the East. Milwaukee's 8.5 games back currently behind the Celtics. But the crazy stat about this is that over in the West, Minnesota and OKC, both of them are tied for first. Both of those teams who's tied for first, Minnesota and OKC, are just 6.5 games ahead of Phoenix. Phoenix right now is fell to the number 8 spot in the West. So the separation between the West is 6.5 games between number 1 through number 8 right now, which the separation between number 1 and number 2 in the East is 7.5 right now. It's just crazy. The Celtics out to a monster leap, and like around 25 games or so remaining this season. They are definitely, their odds to lock up the number 1 seed are just so great right now. Just going to keep on doing what they're doing. What's good, David on the stream? Clara, welcome in. Thanks for the update to Tennessee. Tennessee leading Texas A&M. Yeah, Texas A&M's really falling down. I think they're like 15-11. They're not even in the bracket right now in most brackets. They've got some good wins. They've had some way too many losses though for them. Yes, I think if the Bucks get an early round exit in the playoffs, is Doc Rivers gone? I would say yes right there. I think he was just a temporary replacement for Milwaukee, and honestly wouldn't be shocked if Doc loses when Milwaukee in the first round. Honestly, it would not shock me one bit, because there's a lot of like issues on their team still defensively. Like, you can't fix that firing a coach mid-season. That's just not really fixable. A lot of trust issues right there with the franchise and, like, what direction they're going. And, yeah, Giannis is a big reason why the blame for that, because he was advocating not to have Adrian Griffin as the head coach. And, yeah, they're right now to the number 3 spot in the East, but this is the thing, because the Pacers are the 6th. The Pacers went 4-1 in the regular season against Milwaukee. I think if Indiana plays Milwaukee in the first round, I think Indiana takes that in that series right there. Honestly, Indiana was strong in the regular season. Milwaukee couldn't stop Indiana's offense, and if Indiana's fully healthy, I think they're taking that in the first round. Hey, what's good? Brandon on the stream, welcome in. Carlos, welcome back in. Glad to have you guys in the stream for this one tonight. Wisconsin, yeah, they've been losing quite a bit lately, but they're seeded as a 4 on most brackets for Wisconsin. I think they're out first round for Wisconsin. especially if they get a 5. There's a lot of dangerous 12s, so I don't know why they're seated that high for Wisconsin. Dayton, too, they've been losing lately for them. At the top of the A10. The A10 recently has been very weak. They have 0 tournament success in the past, 5 years or so out of the A10. Good story for the Dayton Flyers this year. They're going to have to get back on track, but in terms of, mid-majors and stuff like that, they've been slipping up, and they're still seeded as a 5, which is very odd considering the losses that they've had, and there's other real good mid-majors out there that's not really getting much respect at all, like James Madison, that they're not even listed in brackets because Appalachian State has the automatic qualifier. There's 2 legitimate teams out of that Sun Belt Conference with App State and James Madison, and then Grand Canyon. I know they lost the other night for Grand Canyon, but still, that team looks very dangerous for them. I believe they've lost 2 conference games by a combined 6 points for them, and they've only lost 3 games this season, plus they beat San Diego State, and I thought San Diego State was a little bit high too, with them being a 4 seed on the line for SDSU. Kind of shocked that they weren't more so a 5 seed for them. Kentucky, will they be ranked? Where do I think so after this one? Yeah, I think they're probably going to be around 13-ish or so for Kentucky. So they're going to move up 13. Yeah, they beat number 13. So I think they're going to move up from 17, probably around the 13 area. I like Houston just top to bottom against Kentucky. Kentucky found success today. That Alabama defense is not too good for Alabama. So Kentucky's going to have a lot of success in matchups that the defenses are horrible. And Alabama in points allowed is around the 200s in the nation, so they can score the ball. They're one of the top scoring teams in the nation. Actually, they're number 1 in points per game. They're top 10 in offensive efficiency. So yeah, they're gonna have no problem against teams that allow a lot of points. It's just if teams lock them up defensively, then there's the struggle, and that's where Houston comes into a mismatch or so, because Kentucky struggles defensively and Houston plays legit defense, and that's going to be tough right there. Hey, what's good, Charlisa? Alex, welcome back on the stream. Thanks for joining in. Daviner, welcome in. Glad to have you on board. If you guys are new, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Going to tip off in a couple moments from now. I think we're going to tip off in about 2 minutes from now here. Big game tonight. Knicks missing a couple key players with Julius Randle. He's listed out. OG Anunoby listed out. Same as Mitchell Robinson. The 3 key starters listed out for this game for the Knicks. Celtics, 7 straight games in a row. Top of the NBA, 44-12. Looking to see if they can take care of business, make it win number 8 in a row. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's any suspension for that. I didn't watch it in its entirely, but from what I heard, so there was no punches being thrown there between Jimmy Butler and Najee Marshall from last night. So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's going to be suspensions about that. Some of the articles that I read up on say that it most likely will be unlikely that they're going to have a suspension for Butler for that. Yeah, maybe for Najee Marshall from for last night there. We'll have to see. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Precious Achiuwa inside the starting 5 for New York. And also Isaiah Hartenstein. That's the starting 5 tonight. I got a feeling Jalen Brunson is going to have a big game tonight for New York in order for his team to win. They did pick up Bojan Bogdanovic from the trade deadline, and he's been massive. He scored 22 points the last game coming off the bench, the highest point total in his third game as a Knick. He came from Detroit. The Celtics fully healthy for this matchup. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis looking for a massive night tonight. He had just 14 points the last game on 5 for 16 shooting, only 2 for 9 from 3. His shot was off. I think Porzingis got a good chance to start to cook tonight on national TV. Derek White was excellent last game against Chicago. He had 28. He had 3 blocks in the first quarter. Cincinnati, that's a no right there. Villanova, if they beat Providence, they'll make it in. Just got to keep on winning their games. That's a win, get in, most likely type of game. Teams I got out, Ole Miss is definitely out. Cincinnati right now I have out. Wake Forest I got in. And then there's a couple others I have out. Oh, Colorado and Utah got to get out. Yeah, dude, I don't even know why bracketologists are listing both of those teams right now. Utah's got 10 losses. Both of them play tonight, so that's like a make it or break it game. For whoever loses that game's going to be out of the bracket, definitely. So here we go, tipping off the basketball. Celtics left to right on the floor as they go with the white road jerseys for this matchup. New York, blue jerseys, orange numbers, orange letters, and we are underway. Boston controls the opening tip. First possession now for the Celtics. Brown at the wing. Brown takes the jumper. Swoosh! Great start from downtown by Jaylen Brown as he sizzles the triple. Verdon, welcome back in. Glad to have you in the stream, man. First possession now for New York. DiVincenzo puts the ball into the hands of Brunson. Dribbles up. Free throw circle. Jumper. Connects on it. Good for 2 for Jalen Brunson. He's going to have a massive game. I'm feeling 30-plus in this one to have a chance tonight for the Knicks. Holiday bounce pass off the roll down. Porzingis down low. Rejected by the front part of the rim as it goes back to New York. Hart came up with a rebound outside. Brunson takes the 3. Makes the 3 from the perimeter. Jalen Brunson on the fast break. Splashes down the 3 ball. Quick 5 points by Brunson in a row. First minute through action. Brown has the first 3 to start things off for the Celtics. Picks up by Porzingis. White turns the corner back outside Porzingis. Into the hands to White. Edge of the midcourt logo. Moves it off to Porzingis. Leaner takes it. And he makes it at the left elbow. That's got some sweet touch to it. Kristaps Porzingis on the board. Nice little deep 2J right there at the left elbow by Porzingis. DiVincenzo lobs off to Hardenstein at the left elbow. Dribbles towards his right now. Hands it off to Brunson, deflected to the backcourt. Brunson picks it up, though. 6 in the shot clock. Brunson dribbles up. Crossover, drives to the elbow. Jumper over Porzingis. Bricked off the back from no good. Rebound control by White. Outlet pass ahead off to Holiday. Launches the 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound secure by Achua. Ron, welcome in. Glad to have you back in the stream, man. The first 2 minutes of action so far in this one. We're tied 5-5. DiVincenzo sends it off to the wing, off to Brunson. Some good Saturday night primetime hoops tonight. Bounce pass off the roll down. Hardenstein out to the corner. Hart. Handoff. DiVincenzo launches the 3. That was altered by Derek White. Tatum collects the rebound. Tatum. Outlet pass ahead of White. And deflected off the fingertips of a Celtic. They're going to say out of bounds. It was airmail by Tatum. Wow. So the referees at first, they thought it was deflected by a Knick player by Hart in transition. But no. Referees will say it's out of bounds by Boston, so it goes back to New York. 9:45 left to go in the first. Tie game at 5 early on. Hardenstein, handoff. Here's a 3. DiVincenzo, swoosh. Delivers off the fall-away at the right wing perimeter. 8-5 now for the Knicks. Brown, jumper at the wing. Oh, he hits it. Jaylen Brown, bang, bang, right back at you. It's a 3. We're tied 8 apiece. Both of these teams lighting it up early. 2 for 3 for each squad from the outside. Brunson finds Achua. Handoff DiVincenzo. Back out to the top to Brunson. Brunson guarded by Holiday. Top of the key. Brunson dribbles up at the right wing. Step back 3 in the air over Holiday. It hits bottom. Jalen Brunson sinks down to 3. This is just some good shooting so far for the Knicks. 3 for 4 from the perimeter. Brunson already up to 8 points. Holiday backs his way over Brunson. Scores inside a low post. Good for 2. Back and forth to the first 3 minutes, 15 seconds plus of action so far, approaching the first 4 minutes. Brunson at the top of the key this time. He's guarded by White, and away from the basketball, we get a foul. Yup, what can Brown do for you? Classic UPS slogan right there. Yeah, I remember in NASCAR years back, Dale Jarrett, he used to drive the 88 UPS car, and he had on the back bumper of his car, what can Brown do for you? Celtics committed a 3-second violation inside the key, a defensive 3 seconds. So Jalen Brunson here will head to the free throw line, shoot one, and Brunson makes the free throw. 2-point advantage now for the Knicks. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit us up in the chat who you guys like tonight in this one to win, Celtics or Knicks. We're just getting started through the first 3+ minutes of action. Inbound for New York, lob down low, Hardenstein floats it off the glass, scores up and in off the backboard. 14-10 right now for New York. Celtics have the ball. Holiday sends it off to Tatum. Tatum yet to score so far in this game, yet to attempt a shot. Tatum at the left wing, guarded by Hart, moves it off to Porzingis, pops up, takes the three, no good, missed off the front rim, and the rebound controlled by the Knicks by Hart. Hart burst of speed, looking to take it himself through traffic, deflected, and intercepted in the key by Holiday. Too much dribbling right there by Hart. Straight line, Porzingis, kick out, corner three, up fake, Brown takes it, got knocked down, no call by the referees, and it went around the rim and out. Rebound secure by New York. Under 8 minutes left to go in the first. Brunson. Off the Hardenstein screen. At the left wing perimeter meets Holiday. Bounce pass top of the key off to Hardenstein. Not a three-point shooter. Sends it off to Hart. Hart top of the key guarded by Brown. Hart into the hands. Moves it off to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo dribbles up. Drives downhill with a left hand. And it's going to be an offensive foul. An illegal screen inside the key by Hardenstein. Trying to set up the dribble drive penetration for New York. It's a turnover by the Knicks. Celtics down by 4 will have it back. Celtics looking to see if they can start to get some quality looks right now. 14-10. Both teams been shooting the ball excellent. It's just the Celtics defense struggling early on, but you got to give credit to the Knicks. They're making some tough shots out there. A lot of good sweet touch shots. Tatum yet to attempt a shot, trying to tap into aggressiveness. Drives, attacks downhill, trying to throw it down. Oh no, was he fouled? Trying to throw down the hammer. We get a late whistle by the referees. Tatum did, in fact, get fouled. Wow, that came extremely late. Tatum on the poster over Achua, and Tatum missed the slam dunk. Yeah, there was contact here on the backside. Oh, yeah. Jason Tatum going to shoot two at the free throw line. He tried to put pressure on Achua on the poster. 2 shots. Tatum's first one is good. Yeah, Tatum off the right-hand hammer drive. He got fouled on the right shooting arm, going up into the poster dunk. That's a good call by the referees. Came extremely late in the process, though, as Tatum splits the free throws. White tipped it over to the perimeter. Tatum able to come up with it. Tatum, near side of the floor, deflected out of bounds by New York. Hey, what's good, Kokubo? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining back in again. Inbound goes back to Tatum. Tatum at the top, dribbles towards his left, guarded by Hardenstein, 101. Got the big around the perimeter. Tatum attacks on Hardenstein, dribble drive right to the cup. He scores, right-hand layup. 1-point game right now. Great job off the burst right there on the dribble by Jason Tatum. Knew that he was able to get matched up on a switch versus a big, and he delivered right past Hardenstein. Splash from the outside. Josh Hart buries the three. 17-13 New York. 6:35 left to go in the first. Knicks firing on all cylinders from the perimeter. 4 for 5 right now from downtown. Brown guarded at the left elbow by Hart. Brown backs his way down mid-block. Brown bouncing bodies versus Hart. Turn around mid-block. Brown rattles in. It's good for 2 for Jaylen Brown. Oh, the start by JB so far tonight here. 8 points by Jaylen out of the 15, leading all Celtic scores. 6:10 left to go in the first. Brunson at the top takes the three. Bricked off the back from no good. Strong rebound. Crashed in the glass by Porzingis. Up the floor now to White. White spin move downhill on Brunson. Kick out to the corner. Brown feeds Tatum. Tatum at the top. Dribbles up. Swings it off. Porzingis outside. Corner three. Holiday. And he cans it. Drew Holiday rips it right to the shoot with a triple. It's a Celtics lead. That is called ball movement right there. Everybody got a touch inside and outside. Excellent ball movement, total team control basketball for the Boston Celtics, and a timeout taken on the floor. Under 6 left to go in the first. So we have the first time out of action tonight. Everybody getting a touch in the last possession. Celtics by 1. What a start to this game right now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified as well for future live streams here on the channel. And man, that ball is moving here for Boston. Got to give credit out to the Knicks because they came out firing, making their threes. Just a lot of tough threes with a player closing in and guarding them, but they're making their shots with good touch so far in this game. Jaylen Brown, 8 points for him, 5 points each between Holiday's got 5, making that last 3. Tatum's got 3. Porzingis has 2 so far. White, yet to score, leads the team though with 2 rebounds, also has 1 assist and 1 steal. And then over for the Knicks, 9 points by Jalen Brunson. And yeah, I said in the pregame he's going to have 30 plus in order to have a chance at this one. Brunson's got 9, 3 each between Hart and DiVincenzo. Hartenstein's got 2. Yeah, things going pretty well. Glad to have you back in the stream. Welcome in Kokubo once again. Ceiling for the Celtics, that is to win the NBA championship. And Jason Tatum said that he is the best player in the world during an interview this week with ESPN. So now's the time. If you're the best player in the world, you got to start off winning a championship. And you've been there so many times, either to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals once. They just haven't been able to come through for Tatum and can't be living up to the same narrative that other athletes are, like Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, that they're just not good enough and crack under pressure when playoff time comes. You got to accelerate and really want it when playoff time comes. Quick update on the scoreboard right now. We'll start off with NBA. We'll transfer over to college. Magically, the Pistons in the other game that's going on, 52-44. College basketball scores at this hour look like this. Number 1 ranked UConn leading Villanova 31-21. If you're a bubble team, you're rooting for Villanova to lose. Multiple teams on the bubble today lost. Couple teams won. Here's the winner of the bubble today, Wake Forest. Wake Forest won. Losers today, Ole Miss lost. Cincinnati lost. And then Colorado and Utah are playing each other later tonight. Texas A&M on the bubble is in progress against Tennessee. And by the way, Virginia, I would say, isn't even safe as well for Virginia. New Mexico bounces back to the bubble in the last day, and they had a terrible home loss today against Air Force, who's at the bottom of their conference. New Mexico might not even make it into the bracket, honestly. Same as like Mississippi State and a couple other teams if they falter down the stretch. We still got around 3 weeks or 4 weeks or so before Selection Sunday, less than a month. But Tennessee leading Texas A&M 34-27. I feel like both of these teams just played like rather soon or so. Washington State trailing against Arizona State 36-29. That's a trap game tonight for Washington State, considering Arizona State has won against Utah twice this season. Washington State's coming off that massive win against Arizona. Their head coach, one of the top choices for National Coach of the Year. It's been a long time since Washington State's been in the NCAA tournament. I believe it was 2008, the last time with Klay Thompson that they got there for Washington State, as the Knicks float up the shot. Coming back from the timeout, they score for 2. Celtics with a possession. White at the wing. He's on the floor with Porzingis. Al Horford first time today. Sam Hauser, Jaylen Brown. Tatum and Holiday currently on the bench. Porzingis at the elbow, guarded by the smaller DiVincenzo. Porzingis leans in, took the jumper, came off the rim short. Rebound controlled by Precious Achiuwa, number 5 for New York. Top of the key, Jericho Sims into the hands to Hart around the perimeter, off the Brunson up fake. Oh, nice move. Sneaks right past Porzingis. Floats up the shot inside the key. It's good for 2. Jalen Brunson already with 11. The 21 on the board for New York. Under 5 minutes left to go in the first. Fast-paced game so far. Top of the key, Jaylen Brown. He's got 8, the top scorer for the Celtics. Brown at the wing, guarded by Brunson, away from the basketball. Knicks pick up a personal foul. The Knicks are red hot from the floor. 72.7%, 8 for 11 right now shooting. Yeah, Oregon is another team that needs a lot of work to do. Right now they're losing. They're going to lose. Oregon is in the NIT. They're a lock for the NIT. They're not making it to the tournament unless they win the Pac-12 outright for Oregon. Cal is going to beat Oregon 65-60. Cal is leading Oregon right now at the moment. So if any hope that Oregon was to make the tournament, they would need to win the Pac-12 outright now. Splash. That's goodbye. Derek White, top of the key, sinks the three. 21-21. 4:15 left to go in the first. Brunson dribbles up. Drives to the free throw circle, guarded by White. Brunson backs his way inside the key turnaround. A rainbow missed off the mark, no good. Tapped out of bounds, last off of Sims. Or no, the referees changed the calls. Last off by Boston. So they had initially pointed in the Knicks' direction, and then they changed it, and this will be New York basketball. Inbound for New York. Brunson slides it off to Hart. Handoff back to Brunson. Settles at the wing. Shoots the three. Comes up short. Offensive rebound over to Achua. Top of the key once again for New York in a slow down tempo. Knicks have it. They'll take a three, and they got it. As that one goes down on a laser for the Knicks there from the perimeter to put the score 24-21. Raphael, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by once again, man. That is Alec Burks, former player for the Pistons. He had played previously for New York as well, back with the Knicks as he got traded at the trade deadline alongside his teammate in Detroit, Bojan Bogdanovic, who both Burks and Bogdanovic got traded from Detroit to New York. So Alec Burks is on the board. Yeah, both of his feet behind the three-point line as he made the three. Hauser around the screen with his contest that came too late. Porzingis here will head to the free throw line. 2 shots by Porzingis, 3:32 left to go. Last 6 games, he's been on a tear, averaging 24 points per game. Only had 14 the last game, though, against Chicago. First one is made by Porzingis. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Happy Saturday night, everybody, tonight. Feel free to let us know in the chat who you like to win this one tonight. Celtics or Knicks. Second free throw, good by Porzingis. 1-point game, New York, with their offense been unstoppable so far. 9 for 14, 64%. Celtics been pretty solid as well, 61.5%, 8 for 13. Brunson backs his way free throw circle, and Brown commits the reach and foul. First personal foul picked up tonight by Jaylen Brown. That's the first one as a team that they picked up. The one previous was a defensive 3 seconds inside the key. So first foul attached to a player tonight for Boston right now. Down to 3:18 left to go in the first. Inbound back to Brunson. Brunson guarded by White. Slides it off to his right into the hands to Achua. Achua bounce pass, drops it off for Burks. Burks at the baseline. Follow away. Tough shot from 3. No good off the back rim. Out of bounds off of Hauser last. Hauser pointing in the Celtics direction as he thought it was out of bounds by Sims, but no. So this will stay Knicks basketball. 14 on the shot clock on the inbound here. 3 minutes left to go in the first. Brunson dribbles up at the elbow. Outside, finds Achua. Spots up, takes the 3. Achua off the front rim, no good. A rebound secured by Hauser. Not the typical three-point shooter who pressures Achua. Hauser elevates for the J. Open. Oh, he hits it. Sam Hauser lights it up at the wing. Wide open, a spot up. Catch and fire, three-point shooter. Bang, bang, delivers. 26-24. Brunson dribble drive down the lane inside. Got it. Off the glass, good for 2 by Jalen Brunson. 26 even. Brunson putting his team on his back right now. He's got 13 out of the 26. Celtics with a quick response. Jaylen Brown made a layup inside a low post. Excellent for tonight for JB. Up to now, 10 points, the game leader for Boston. Floater inside. White picks up the foul. Brunson will head to the free throw line, shoot 2. We're going back and forth tonight. Timeout on the floor. Saturday night NBA primetime, 2:17 left to go in the first quarter of action. Celtics lead by 2. And this is just both of these teams matching shot for shot right now. This is a good offensive start. Celtics 10 for 15 shooting, 66.7%, 5 for 8 from the perimeter. The Knicks are right with them, 10 for 17, just under 59%, 5 for 10 from 3. I mean, there's not too many missed shots in this game right now. These two teams combining for 20 to shoot the ball 20 out of 32 from the floor. Their first 32 total shots in this game. Not many turnovers either so far. 2 turnovers by the Knicks, just 1 by Boston tonight. Magic lead the Pistons 58-49. Tennessee up over Texas A&M at halftime, 37-27. UConn leading Villanova at halftime, 31-21. So those are 2 bubble teams that's not doing themselves favors tonight. Right now, losing by 10 at the half. Cal about to beat Oregon, unless Oregon's able to tie it up with a 3. 67-64 with 8 seconds left to go. Cal leads against Oregon. Colorado State only a 2-point lead against UNLV. That's a trap game tonight. UNLV has 2 victories against New Mexico. They swept New Mexico in the regular season. New Mexico lost against Air Force today. So Colorado State by 2, 26-24 at the half. Washington State trailing against Arizona at the half, 36-29. Boise State's taking care of business tonight. They lead Wyoming 71-49. Clemson up by 8 over Florida State, 38-30. That's another team I think is quite overrated is Clemson. They're pulling like a 5 seed in most brackets. Honestly, I think they're more of like a 7 for Clemson. They got like a mid-pack record in the ACC this season. Seton, this is a big game for the bubble. Seton Hall up over Butler 16-6. I think Seton Hall is quite a bit underrated for them. They did have Kadari Richmond injured for a little bit this season, but when he was healthy, they went on that massive run. They beat UConn by 15 in one of those games back in January. So that's a team that's quite a little bit underrated, and right now looking good against Butler. That's a big game in terms of the bubble. Another big game in terms of the bubble, Mississippi State tied up with LSU with just above 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Hey, what's good? Uncle Pizzle, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in, man. We'll see about this one tonight. Yeah, my weekend's been going pretty well. Seth in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Jeffrey, welcome back on board. Yeah, Wake Forest earlier today upset Duke. The fans stormed the court for Wake Forest. And, yeah, in college basketball, it's going to have to address that problem. Kyle Filipowski at Duke got injured on the court storm. He sprained his ankle, couldn't even get off the court. The whole student section for Wake Forest just piled onto the court, but that's huge for Wake Forest. Massive win today, puts them squarely in the bracket for Wake Forest. I think they've only had one NCAA tournament appearance within like the last 13 years or so. Back to action as the Knicks fumble the basketball, turn it over off the inbound. Peyton Pritchard, first time on the floor today. Pritchard, Horford, Tatum, Holiday, and Hauser. That's the 5 in the court currently. At the free throw circle, Tatum dribbles up. Tatum tripped up. No call by the referees as Tatum goes down inside the key. They got numbers, and the Knicks give it away. Outlet pass, there's Tatum. He receives it, dribbles back out to the wing of the perimeter. Tatum will slow it down. Good to see he's back up on his feet. He's doing okay. He's fine. Cannot believe the referees did not blow the whistle. Top of the key now with Holiday. Holiday with the ball, 1-on-1, dribbles up, spots up, takes the 3. Off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound secured by Hauser. Pritchard outside finds Hauser into the hands to Tatum. Jab step, Tatum working on Sims. Tatum takes the 3 over Sims. Off the front rim, no good. A rebound tipped up, controlled by Burks for New York. Under 1.5 left to go. Josh Hart signaling the offense. Bounce pass over to Bogdanovic. First time on the floor tonight. Bogdanovic dribbles up. Spin move over. Pritchard floats it up. No good off the back rim. Big rebound ripped away in the glass by Big Al Horford. Celtics with possession. Pritchard at the wing finds Horford. Top of the key outside of Pritchard once again. Pritchard dribbles up. Free throw circle. Pritchard inside the key off the up fake. Bounce pass down low. Horford floats it up. It's good for 2. Al Horford got the bucket. 30-26 Boston. Celtics looking great so far, shooting the basketball in this first quarter. 58% on 10 for 17 for the floor. At the corner, the pass deflected out of bounds by Hauser. 45 seconds left to go. Hey, what's good, Vegas? Welcome back to the stream, man. Hope all is going well this weekend. Yeah, this has been a really good game. Both of these teams have shot the ball extremely well so far. Knicks are right there, hanging in. Both of these teams northwards of 50% in the first quarter. This first quarter's flown by fast. Brunson at the wing receives the inbound. Under 45 seconds left to go. Brunson having a big impact so far. Moves on top. Bogdanovic dribbles up. Dish out to the wing. Touch pass. Hart. Quarter. 3 in the air. Hart bricked off the back rim. No good. That was by Burks who missed the 3. Celtics with a rebound. Tatum going to slow it down. 6-second differential, shot clock and game clock to close out the first quarter. Tatum has it at the left wing, working on Hart. Tatum dribbles towards his right around the perimeter. Now at the Madison Square Garden logo at the right wing. Tatum crossover, dribbles up. Tatum drives down the lane inside. And he pushed off. That's an offensive foul by Tatum. So 8 seconds left to go. Tatum out to a slow start so far. Just like Thursday where he struggled against Chicago. Only 3 points this quarter for JT. He's only attempted 2 shots currently so far in this game. So the Knicks, with the shot clock turned off, will get the basketball. Final possession to close out the first. Both of these offensives have started to slow up recently after just exploding to start off like the first 7-8 minutes of this game. And we get a quick reach and foul picked up on the floor, charged to the Celtics here reaching in. Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that was the first time I ever announced D1, so that was pretty cool. The press box that they had there was massive. Like, it was so roomy in the press box, and it was so nice. They had like a kitchen sink behind me in the press box. They had like luxury tables behind there too. It was amazing. Inbound inside, Bogdanovic at the buzzer, too strong off the glass, couldn't put it through. So we close out at the end of the first. 30-26, we're through one right now in the books. That's a good game. Celtics looking for win number 8 in a row, which would lead the league in current winning streaks. Tied with Dallas right now with 7 straight wins, 44-12 on top of the NBA. On top of the NBA by 6 games over Minnesota and OKC. All right, so first quarter just came to the close. Boston leads by 4. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams here on the channel. Quick update for you guys. I'll probably post in the community tab tomorrow or so. I originally had planned a stream for tomorrow. I'm probably most likely going to decide not to stream tomorrow for Nuggets against Golden State. Yeah, like starting off my weekend, I was actually contacted possibly to cover for next week a couple NCAA tournament games for basketball for D3 if one of the teams I cover makes it in. So if that happens, it's going to be like a lot of prep for me. So I got 3 games in person for next week. So I'm probably going to start doing my prep because I got games in person on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday next week. I'm going to start doing a lot of my prep tomorrow for that in case the team that I cover for basketball gets selected to, and if they ask me to cover those games for the NCAA tournament next week. So yeah, one of the teams I cover for basketball is ranked inside the top 25. They lost their conference tournament game today. They have a record of 23-4, but out of those 4 losses, 3 of those came against another team that is ranked at number 3 in the nation, and that other team has a record of 27-0 out of their same conference. So if they do host next week, they're trying to see if they can have me announce those games for the NCAA tournament, which would be pretty cool. But that would put my game schedule from 3 to 6, so I would have to spend like the whole week like prepping everything for that, because it's like a lot of prep work for the stuff for the NCAA tournament. Yeah, I did NCAA games back in November for volleyball, and I had 8 different teams, and all the different like sports directors were constantly like emailing me like all their team notes, team stats that I could fill in for the broadcast. It was like super overwhelming because I had like pages and pages of notes that I had for like reference and stuff like that I could use. But yeah, it's really fun. really good experience. So I'll find out on Monday during the selections show if I do cover. So I'll probably post in the community tab that I'm not sure yet my streaming schedule for next week. So I'm going to take tomorrow off, actually. I'll post that tomorrow so I can get like a head start on my prep for next week in case the team that I've been covering basketball gets selected to host on the selection show on Monday. Back to action, we start off the second quarter here. Jalen Brunson out to a great start in this game. Floats up the runner, missed off the mark, tipped by Sims, goes over to Horford with a rebound. Brunson's got 13 out of the 26. Half of the point so far. Cornette down inside a low post, scores for 2. Luke Cornette, big impact he had in the last game too. At the rim, he was 5 for 6 in the game. He finished with 10 points against Chicago. Yeah, that's going to be huge if PC wins on Wednesday. Just going to keep on winning as much as possible. And if they do, that would be a 2-0 against Marquette this season. The Celtics pick up a foul. There'll be free throws coming up in the line. I don't know about this call right here. That looked like a pretty clean contest. And see the camera on Joe Mazzulla. He thought so the same, shaking his head about the call by the officials. But when Mazzulla beat Brooklyn, that was right before the All-Star break, the 50-point win. That was win number 100. He was the third fastest NBA coach all time to reach 100 wins total. 2 shots here by Bogdanovic at the free throw line. First one's good. Yeah, Providence needs to start separating themselves from these terrible teams that's even being discussed in the bracket right now. So here's the teams I think that stand out, that legitimately should make it in. Seton Hall, Providence, Wake Forest. Those 3 teams right there, in my opinion, should make it in. They got quality victories. Wake's got a quality win today. Teams that have slid back that don't deserve to be anywhere in the bracket. Ole Miss, that's one of them, which played a cupcake non-conference schedule to beat Detroit Mercy by 1, which Detroit Mercy has 1 win this entire season. Utah, which has 10 losses. Colorado, which is another Pac-12 team that's been trending downwards. Stream can bounce back, hopefully, but Tatum just made a good J right there at the baseline. 6 the jumper right back for New York. Miles McBride for 2. 34-30 currently. Yeah, I think it was like a skip in the lag right there. So yeah, Wake Forest with a huge win over Duke, which Duke has been like a sleeper team this season. The ACC has been flying under the radar. Nice pass by Tatum, sets up Horford with a layup. Tatum records the assist. Above 10 minutes before halftime, Bogdanovic looking to turn a corner at the free throw circle. Dribbles back out, sends it off to Hart at the wing. Hart working on Cornette. Hand off to Bogdanovic. 6 on the shot clock now. Bogdanovic drives, lost it. It got poked loose by Holiday. Pritchard comes out with a steal. Pritchard ahead of the pack, scores the layup. Peyton Pritchard, baby, with 2 on the board. 38-30. Everything cooking right now for Boston. Defense right there translating into offense. The Knicks with 5 total turnovers. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by New York. 9:41 left to go before halftime. This is great defense by Drew. Poked it loose off the drive by Bogdanovic. Went right into the hands of Pritchard. Pritchard took it the distance, cashed it home off the glass, scored a bucket. Yeah, they really need to figure out something about the court storming. Because, yeah, Filipowski, from what I heard, he sprained his ankle today. And this also happened to Caitlin Clark a couple weeks ago against Ohio State. But a lot of people were, like, more so making fun of Caitlin Clark for a flop into a fan. With a fan running onto the court. A lot of people were like criticizing Clark that she did that on purpose and that she flopped. But yeah, this is a major issue. Like that whistle, like when the game finished, when it hit zeros, there were already fans rushing onto the field. Like there was no way for Filipowski. He was in the middle of the court. There was no way for him to get out of there because the fans, when it hit 0, they were piling onto the court, just rushing in. It's going to be something done about that. Some of these courts, you can't even have the luxury for fans to storm because they're just not set up properly. Like, yeah, like there needs to be like a controlled factor to have this done for the losing team to get out of the court, get into the locker room, and then the fans to come in. Hey, what's good, Timothy? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, things going pretty well. Brad, welcome on board. Glad to have you in from Hawaii. Welcome back in. Yeah, it's a big tradition for college basketball, but there needs to be something said by like the PA about it, like over the intercom or something about like court storming, like a cautionary note or something like that. I feel like needs to be brought in. Yeah, they had a court storm at Detroit Mercy when they picked up their first win last week, and only 2 guys stormed the court. Somebody posted a highlight video of that with Detroit Mercy with two people storming the court at the end of the game for win number 1 of the season. But yeah, it's a big tradition of the sport, college sports. Big tradition with court storming. Just gotta do it in like a more like better manner that's safe. Oh wow, I didn't see that. So good for him. Wow, I'm shocked that he went to college for a head coach. I thought he'd get like an NFL head coaching job by now. He's been excellent when in the past like few years or so, and then he went from Kansas City to Washington. And wow, so UCLA named Eric Bieniemy new head coach. Wow. Yeah, Tennessee really putting the clamps on Texas A&M, 47-32. And Texas A&M just so erratic for them. They got a horrendous record. I can't get a read in that team. They got some really good wins. They got some terrible losses. We get back to action. 3 is good by Bogdanovich. Knicks really needed that 3 coming out of the timeout. And right now their record's just too bad to get them into the bracket. Yeah, that's the most points in program history I saw for Kentucky there. Tatum attacking downhill, right to the rim, scores up and in off the glass with a right-handed layup. Good to see JT getting going in this one. Maliko, welcome back in. 9:10 left to go before halftime. The Celtics, by the way, are perfect 5 for 5 this quarter shooting the basketball. Missed jumper by Hart. Putbacks there, though, by McBride as he scores the 2. Knicks hanging in right now. Got to give them credit. They've been shooting the basketball well. Both of these teams lights out from the floor. Celtics are 16 for 24 right now at 67%. If you're a team that's not making your shots, Celtics right now are up by 20 against you. Tatum, 3-point shot straight away, bricked off the back rim, rebound controlled by Burks. Now, I really like the shot selection that the Celtics have taken so far. Burks dribbles up, floats it up off the glass, scores for 2. That's a tough drive right there off the double clutch kiss off the glass by Alec Burks. Holiday at the left corner, dribbles up, Holiday at the elbow, sends it back outside to Pritchard. Pritchard accelerates to the cuff, floats up the runner off the glass, no good. The basketball's in the hardwood, picked up by Hart, loose ball on the deck. Pritchard falls down and picked up by the Knicks still with Burks. Hardenstein on the outside. Here's a 3 off the screen, off the back rim too long, missed by Bogdanovich. The rebound goes to Cornette. Celtics with their 5 on the floor. Pritchard, Cornette, Horford, Tatum, and Holiday. So they go with a double big setup. Porzingis is not on the floor. They got Horford and Cornette out there. Bounce pass, Holiday, spin move inside. Akeet Drew floats it up. It's good for 2. Oh, what a nice spin move right there by Drew, right to the hole. 5-point lead for the Celtics. 7:40 left to go before halftime. Holiday's got 7 points. Burks drives, kicks out to the corner, Bogdanovich. Outside it goes McBride. Moves it on top over to Hart, and McBride gets called on the travel. So turnover right there by Miles McBride. Celtics will have it back. Hey, what's good? Robert on the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, hopefully Celtics come up big tonight in this game. New York's hanging in right now. They've been trying to match shot for shot so far. Both of these teams have shot the ball really well. The Knicks crushing themselves with the turnovers. Celtics tonight just 3 turnovers. Knicks with 6. Curly. Jaylen Brown back in the game off the spin move mid-range, and he hits it. Jaylen Brown up and through, good for 2 with a 15-foot J. That was nasty. 7:05 left to go. Brown's got 12. At the wing, McBride. McBride guarded by White around the perimeter. Celtics with their 5. White, Brown, Tatum, Cornette, and Holiday as Miles McBride splashes the 3. 44-40. These threes have kept the Knicks hanging in the game. White at the corner. White dribbles towards his left around the perimeter. Sends it across the court off to Tatum. Tatum up fake. Accelerates inside. Dish outside. Holiday touch pass to the top. But White takes the 3. Came up short. Tipped up off the hands of Brown. Defensive rebound hauled in by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo at the top of the free throw circle. Off to Hardenstein. Kayani on the stream, welcome in. Thanks for finding the channel here. McBride moves it off to the middle. Hardenstein, bounce pass backdoor cutter. Deflected out by the Celtics D. Yeah, they had the right idea right there off the backdoor cuts. We see Porzingis check back onto the floor. He replaces Luke Cornette, who heads towards the bench. Celtics had that covered, though. They know exactly what the Knicks were doing there off the backdoor cut. Inbound for New York to the corner. Bogdanovic takes the 3, comes up off the mark, no good. A rebound secure by Tatum. Bogdanovic having trouble finding his stroke so far today. Off the bench, he's got 5 on just 1 for 5 shooting. Jaylen Brown taking it the distance, throwing it down with a 2-handed flush. Welcome back, Jaylen, once again into the game. He's got 14 right now, the top scorer for Boston. And White got elbowed on the near side of the floor. It's an offensive foul picked up, charging the Knicks. So we have a timeout taken in the court here. 46-40. Great drive, crossover at the baseline as Jaylen Brown drove right past Isaiah Hardenstein, threw it down. Man, what a start here for Boston. They're only up by 6. It seems like they should be up like much more, considering how they've shot the ball today, but yeah, got to give props for the Knicks for this game, hanging in right now, making this a game, trying to match shot for shot, but just there's no way that anybody's slowing down the Celtics offense right now. 65.5% shooting currently in this game on 19 for 29, and they've been on full attack mode so far. They've been pretty solid from 3, 42% from 3, 5 for 12 from the outside, but I like the balance more. They've been making a stronger effort tonight getting inside. Usually they're selling more for 3s. Tonight they've attempted 12 3s. They've attempted 17 2s. Usually that balance is a little more tilted towards 3s instead of 2s, but tonight it's in the favor of the 2s. And I like where they're going with this one today. Yeah, they're trying to get Hardenstein on switches out on the perimeter because Tatum and Brown, they know that they can drive right past Hardenstein with their speed, and there's just not really an answer there in terms of a interior presence for like a big man. If they can get that guy in a mismatch on a switch on the outside, there's not really anybody else who can come in and help out the second level at the rim with any other teammates. And that's what they've got right now. A couple buckets recently, driving past Hardenstein. They've got him out on the perimeter and lost out there. Able to just get past him off the crossover like the last one by Jaylen Brown. Jalen Brunson's been limited here in the second quarter. He had 13 all in the first, yet to score in the second. And Jaylen Brown leads the way. He's got 14 right now. And then great balance after that. 7 by Tatum, 7 by Holiday. 4 by Horford off the bench on the perfect 2 for 2. Porzingis got 4 as well. 3 by Hauser, 2 each between Cornette and Pritchard. They've had 9 different players in the rotation tonight. All 9 players have scored so far. It's a good sign to see for the Celtics, able to get these bench points. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Welcome back, everybody, tonight for this game. Quick update here. Scores that's going on at the moment. Just one other NBA game is going on currently. Magic and the Pistons. Magic leading the Pistons by 1, 70-69. Actually, no, there's 2. That Nets T-Wolves game recently tipped off in the 9 o'clock hour. Nets lead the T-Wolves 20-12 right now. College basketball scores here currently. UConn leading Villanova 44-37. Tennessee crushing Texas A&M 49-32. Colorado State up by just 2 over UNLV 38-36. And Washington State trailing against Arizona State 48-40. Right now the Sun Devils with an 8-point lead. Clemson looking good up against Florida State with 8.5 left, 58-46. Boise State's hammering Wyoming with 2 minutes left, 89-65. Bogdanovich got fouled. He's just shooting one. Yeah, they're just going to give him one free throw. So defensive 3 seconds again committed by Boston. That's the second time that they've committed defensive 3 seconds in this game today. Inbounds for the Knicks. Bogdanovich finds DiVincenzo at the wing. DiVincenzo dribbles up, floats up the shot, missed off the back rim, no good. Brown secures the defensive rebound. Brown out of the pack, drives straight line on McBride, right to the rim, drops it in, good for 2, and flexes as well by Jaylen Brown. He's got 16.5. 48-41, big half Jaylen. Down to under 5:20 left to play before halftime. McBride, top of the free throw circle, drives, sends it off to Hartenstein. Handoff, DiVincenzo with a 3, right through the shoot, connects on it. 48-44, it's only a 4-point game. Hanging in right now, DiVincenzo with 6, Brown 16 points. At the baseline, backs his way on DiVincenzo inside a key turnaround. What can Brown do for you, making it look so easy? Jaylen Brown with 2 more. Just too easy tonight for Jaylen. That's on 8 for 9 shooting. That is right back way too easy. My Miles McBride splits the defense. That's the worst defensive possession we've seen tonight for the Celtics. Leads in with a wide open right hand finger roll. Got the layup to drop. Brown guarded by DiVincenzo at the MSG logo. DiVincenzo called in the reach-in. Yeah, I think they're actually out for Texas A&M. Their record's horrendous. I'm gonna see if I can bring up their profile. So right now, Joe Lunardi has them as the last team in. This is odd. Lunardi has Providence against A&M in the 12 versus 12 matchup. Usually it's 11 versus 11. So I don't know why they're seeded as 12s, but I don't think they're making it in. They gotta get some consistency or something. They're all over the place. Derek White takes it and he makes it. Bang bang for the perimeter. Really found his stroke in the last game. 5 for 10 post All-Star break against Chicago on Thursday. Derek White once again finding his 3 today. Pass to the corner. Achua able to pick it up. Achua on the far side working on White. Now it's Brunson. Brunson floats the pass out right wing. Achua dribbles up. Achua jumper 15-footer. Oh, he airballed it at the buzzer. Bricked it off the glass. No good either by DiVincenzo. Achua got it right back to him though. Brunson. 8 on the shot clock. Brunson, top of the key. Moves it out to the wing. DiVincenzo dribbles up, circles around, free throw circle. Back outside. He'll jack him a 3, 28-footer. Off the front rim, no good. White tips over to Brown, and finally the Celtics collect the defensive rebound. That was a tougher defensive possession than it usually should have been. Size advantage. Brown, the lob to Porzingis, +1 at the free throw line as he scores the bucket. Looking to go up by 10 here for KP. Jaylen Brown sees the mismatch. Porzingis post up. He's working on DiVincenzo on a 1-on-1. Catches the entry pass down low. Receives the lob. Goes up. Gets fouled from the side. Gets picked up by DiVincenzo on the personal. Jaylen Brown. There's hands over the eyes right there. Oh yeah. I see you, big fella. 7-3. Mismatch on the floor. We got you. Brown with an assist. The free throw is good. 56-46. 10-point lead for the Celtics. First time they've been up by double digits in this game. Porzingis now with 7. Jalen Brunson, 13 total. Dribbles up, free throw circle. Turnaround jumper, 14-footer off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Hartenstein. Dump off underneath. Achua gets the bucket. 8-point game right now. 3 minutes remaining before halftime. Celtics going to slow it down. Brown on the floor at Porzingis. Tatum, White, And Horford, Brown dribbles up, takes the jumper, a rounded out offensive rebound. Porzingis underneath, he got stripped. Looking for the foul call. Take back that, officials. No call by the referees. And now, is this going to be on Porzingis for a technical? Words with a ref? May have. Had some words right there. Yeah, he is laughing that one off. Yeah, it's going to be a technical. Porzingis with a technical. Yeah. Was throwing up the fist at the ref after he got stripped. He thought he was clearly fouled, and the ref said no. This will lead to a Jalen Brunson technical free throw. The Knicks will get the basketball. 2:46 left to go. The free throw is good. Yeah, we see this on the replay. Porzingis came up with a rebound. That looks like it's clear ball by Hartenstein. Let's see here in this replay. Ooh. Yeah, that's clear ball by Hartenstein. I know Porzingis trying to go up into the motion. He thought it was hand. He thought he got fouled, but from that angle, looked like it was all ball. Yeah, I'm going to dig into Texas A&M's profile once we hit the next break. I really want to see what we got right there. Right now, they got a record of 15-11 at the moment. Brunson dribbles up at the elbow, takes the jumper, swooshes it. 6-point game, making things, or 5-point game, making things interesting because Brunson before that had made the technical, he made the technical free throw. It's now 56-51. Holiday, oh, nice dump off down low, finds Derek White underneath for two. That was a good pass right there off a laser. Turnaround pass, too, by Drew. Great playmaking. 7 points, 2 assists down to the final. 2 minutes left to go. Brunson at the wing. Takes the three over Porzingis. Swooshes the triple by Brunson. Willing his team right back into this one. Been a good game tonight on a Saturday night. Brunson with 19 in the first half of action. Brown leads the way for 18 tonight for the Celtics. Bounce pass Porzingis. Porzingis backs his way in Hart at the mid-block. Bounce pass moves over to Brown. Accelerates right to the cup. Oh, Jaylen Brown scores. Count it. And one. Coming up at the free throw line. Just a head full of steam right there. What are you going to do defensively to stop that drive by Jaylen? Porzingis finds Jaylen. Starts his cut. Drives straight line. Absorbs the contact by Miles McBride. And scores on the layup. That's just a head full of steam right there to the rim. JB with one free throw. 3-point play, no good, missed it short. He has some struggles recently, especially with under 5 left to go. He's not the player that you want at the free throw line. This game we have under a minute and a half before halftime and just missed the free throw there off the front rim. Brunson, low block outside, finds Hart. Hart shoots the three, bricked off the back rim, no good. Tipped up to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with a three, missed off the mark. Offensive rebound, Hart on the outside. He looks to turn a quarter, working on Brown. Hart floats it up and scores. And now it's a 4-point game, 60-56. And Hart will shoot one at the free throw line as he got fouled by Brown. Yeah, this has been a really good game. By the way, the Celtics trail by 3 at the break on Thursday against Chicago. Kind of been shocked once again. Jason Tatum, he's barely attempted shots. It all depends. I think the second half of this game all depends on whether Tatum can get going. Because Tatum's only attempted 5 shots in the first half. He's 3 for 5 as Hart missed the free throw. Brown collects the rebound. Once again, Jaylen Brown, he had an amazing second quarter against Chicago on Thursday. He has done it all over again tonight. He was brilliant on Thursday night. Porzingis. Handoff Holiday. Holiday's been low-key efficient lately. Holiday drives on DiVincenzo off the glass, scores for 2. Man, everything going the Celtics' way today. Gotta love what they're doing. Points in the paint right now, getting to the rim. Instead of jacking up 3 after 3 after 3, they are making an effort to go downhill in this Knicks squad tonight. 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Brunson carrying his team so far with 19. Brunson dribbles up at the mid-block. Brunson passes off to the free throw circle. Achua, tough shot over Porzingis, and he drills it. Though they're not going to count it. It's a shot clock violation. He got it a tad too late after the shot clock expired. Yeah, usually I'm like ahead on the ABC games because I get the ABC ones through the antenna, so it's not like delayed like the other games on ESPN that I get through like YouTube TV and stuff. Top of the key with Brown. The final 10 seconds left to go. Jaylen Brown having an amazing second quarter. Brown rejected by Achua. Here they go out in the pack. 3-on-2 up the floor. Right past Derek White soars up as Josh Hart with a made layup. 62-58 as we close out going to halftime, and the Knicks crawl back within 4. What a game to start things off. Celtics looking for win number 8 in a row. Defense by Achua off the block translates right into offense with Hart. Derek White with a really solid contest right there. I have to say the Knicks are making tough shots, and the Celtics are flying all over the place, contesting shots, and the Knicks are just burying them today in this game to hang in right now. What a game. We enter halftime. Boston by 4, 62-58. Gotta give it up for Jaylen Brown. He was sensational in the corners. 20 points in 17 minutes, 9 for 12 shooting. There was no answer by the Bulls to stop him on Thursday, and just set the tone for this team once again tonight. Hey, what's good? Egon on the channel. Welcome in. Thanks for finding the stream. This was a really solid second quarter. Both of these teams tied in the box score 32-32. Celtics took the first 30-26. So that's how we go into halftime. A 4-point advantage by Boston. Jaylen Brown carrying the Celtics. 20 total points, 9 for 12 from the floor in 17 minutes. Getting downhill, going to the rim tonight. Just been a lot of balance tonight by Boston. If Jason Tatum steps up and is more aggressive in the second half, then the Celtics are taking this game tonight. Tatum just 7 points at halftime. He is currently tied for the number 5 score on the team right now at the half, but he's only attempted 5 shots. He's 3 for 5 shooting. He has yet to make a 3, 0 for 2 from the perimeter. But Tatum goes to work in the second half, just like he did on Thursday. And if he does, and if he gets into a groove in the second half, then watch out, because this one is going to the Celtics tonight. 20 by Brown, 9 by Holiday. He's been low-key efficient on 4 for 9, or 4 for 6 from the floor. 8 points by Derek White. 7 each between Tatum and Porzingis. Off the bench, 4 by Horford, 3 by Hauser, 2 each between Pritchard and Cornette. And the Knicks have been carried by Jalen Brunson, 19 by Brunson tonight. After that, Miles McBride has 9. 7 by Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo with 6. And Bogdanovic has 6, though he's been struggling, just 1 for 5 shooting. So yeah, this game all depends on who's going to step up in this game. And all depends on who will step up in the second half. And I bet you Jason Tatum's going to step up in a big way. James, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, this has been a really good first half. I have to say, gotta give credit to the Knicks. They're making tough shots. They're making contested shots. Derek White, he contested that layup there. Knicks have done a good job finishing at the rim. I mean, they've played by far the best game that they can offensively as a team, minus Julius Randle, minus OG Anunoby tonight, minus Mitchell Robinson. They're without 3 starters, and these guys are making shots. 43% from 3 for New York on 9 for 21 from the perimeter. It's those threes that's kept them into the game. They've got good touch in their shots tonight. They're 51% shooting from the floor. The Celtics are just crushing it. 66% at halftime for Boston. If this was most teams, the Celtics go up at halftime at like 20, 25. If this was a team that's having a horrendous shooting night. The Knicks are right there tonight in this game. Boston is 26 for 39 shooting. They're 6 for 14 from 3. And I love what they're doing tonight. The Celtics, points in the paint, 36-22. They're making a strong effort tonight to get to the rim. I really like what they're doing. I mean, there's no bad takeaway tonight from what the Celtics are doing offensively in this game. They just gotta crash the glass much more. They're -4 in the glass, 19-15. The Knicks have been able to get some second chance points because of that. New York leads offensive rebounds 7-3. And then they've only turned it over 3 times tonight for Boston. Knicks have turned it over 7 times. That's been the crusher for New York. It's been the turnovers. For the Celtics, it's been rebounds, allowing those second chance opportunities. What's good, Andre? Welcome back in from TNT. Vaughn, Riley, welcome on board, guys. Just getting started here at halftime. So the Celtics have attempted 39 shots. 14 of those have been threes. 25 attempts from 2. I got no problem with that. Like, they needed a game like this where they could get to the rim much more, and Jaylen Brown set that tone tonight for them. I've got no problem with that. 36 points in the paint going into halftime. They're midway to 72 right now. Magic lead the Pistons by 3, 85-82, with around 2 minutes left to go in the third. T-Wolves up by 2 at the moment against the Nets, 29-27 at the start of the second quarter. And yeah, I told Vegas here that I was going to take a look at Texas A&M's profile. So this is what they have. And okay, so here's the bad losses. LSU, yeah, they're so inconsistent. Texas A&M has a record of 15-11 right now, and I will say no, they're not going to make the tournament. This is the reason why. Here's the bad losses. Memphis, or I'll go through all the losses. Florida Atlantic, they lost to 96-89, which honestly, FAU, in my opinion, is going to get bounced out first round. That team is erratic. If you think that Texas A&M is all over the map, FAU, holy smokes. If you put that team in the SEC, good luck figuring them out, because it's even tougher in the American. I bet you they have the same record as Texas A&M at 15-11 if they got put in the SEC. Another loss came against Virginia, which is bubble for Virginia. They lost by 12 at Virginia. Another loss came against Memphis. They lost by 6 against Memphis, which has collapsed entirely, isn't even part of the bracket anymore. They lost by 4 against Houston in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. That's understandable. Only by 4 against Houston. They lost a home game to begin conference play against LSU by 15. That hurts. LSU's not even considered in the bracket. Lost by 11 at Auburn. Lost twice to Arkansas. Like, that hurts. Lost against Ole Miss, who has completely collapsed. Lost at Vanderbilt. That's the worst of the worst. Lost at Alabama by 25. Lost against Arkansas again. So they get swept by Arkansas. Lost against Vanderbilt, which is the worst of the worst. LSU, I mean, this team's been a seesaw for Texas A&M. Here's the wins. Non-conference. Iowa State, they won by 4 in the non-conference slate. Kentucky in overtime. Florida by 1. Tennessee by 16 the first time around at home. That's what's saving them, is the Tennessee victory, which, let's check the score. Am I working on live streams? Well, right now I got a stream going on. Right now Texas A&M's losing by 20 against Tennessee on the scoreboard check, 62-42 with 9 minutes left to go. Yeah, I think it's safe to say Texas A&M's not making the bracket unless they win the SEC outright. UConn leading Villanova by 16, 59-43. Villanova's another case that they're probably going to have to win the Big East outright at this point. Here's the upset tonight. UNLV leading Colorado State 48-46 with under 7 left to go. I honestly don't think Colorado State's that good. They're one of the worst rebounding teams in the nation. Somehow they're ranked at 22 because of that early win in November against Creighton. I mean, Creighton's playing their best basketball right now. You got to realize that their point guard transferred in from Utah State, Stephen Ashworth, and it's taken a little bit of time to get adjusted to the offense. So Creighton got destroyed by Colorado State on Thanksgiving break, but that's November, and here's February. And just like last year, Creighton, they're a team to watch out for. They're playing their best basketball right now. for the Blue Jays. I think they're a team that is capable of going deep. They have a lot of experience in that Elite 8 squad last year. They got robbed late in the game with a call that went against them, that they lost that game against San Diego State. I think they got some really deep potential this year for Creighton, considering the experience they have on that team. They get a lot of high IQ players, and they're playing their best basketball as of now. They look dangerous, coming off a win earlier in the week against UConn. They do 4 quarters in the NBA. Clemson leading Florida State by 7, 64-57. Yikes. Washington State losing against Arizona State tonight, 64-55. I don't even know where to put the Pac-12, honestly. Like, I can see Arizona getting upset in the second round, especially if they draw Florida. I mean, Florida's got 4 guards that go right at you offensively. I think they could give Arizona a lot of troubles in that game. Washington State, what a story this year. Crazy that they're up to like a 5 seed. Some of the brackets they got as a 4 seed. I think they could. It all depends on the matchup they get. I think possibly they can get back to like the Elite 8 Final 4, potentially for Creighton. They've been playing really well lately for them. They're not like talked about that much being like a contender, but they have the experience back on their team. They went to the Elite 8 last year, and I think they could really do some damage. They're like flying under the radar right now for them. Seton Hall beating Butler by 2, 37-35. These are the 2 massive games of this hour for the bubble. Seton Hall, they just got a bucket, so they're up by 4. 39-35, Seton Hall leading Butler. That's a home game for Seton Hall. And then Colorado leading Utah 37-25. Oh, there's halves. Yeah, so halves. So they have 2 halves. They call it halves. So there's 4 quarters in the NBA. They call it halves, so they do 20-minute halves in college basketball. I just don't see it with this Utah team. I mean, Ole Miss, I did not see it at all with them. I don't see it. Like, I don't know how they're considered in the bracket. Okay, here's the Pac-12 standings. So, according to Joe Lunardi, Utah is in the first 4 out today with Wake Forest, Ole Miss. There's Utah and Butler. Jerry Palm out of CBS has Utah in the first 4 against Ole Miss. Can we just stop putting Utah and Ole Miss in the bracket altogether? I'll go through both of their profiles. And this is what they got. Here's the Pac-12 standings. Washington State and Arizona, number 1 in the Pac-12. Both of them are 12-4. Oregon at 10-6. I have to look up Oregon to see if they lost to Cal. Because if they did, if they wanted any chance, they're going to have to win the Pac-12 outright. Yes, they lost at Cal today. So Oregon lost at Cal. They're done. They're going to have to win the conference tournament outright in the Pac-12. So there's only 2 locks in the Pac-12. Washington State and Arizona. This is the conference. Washington State, Arizona, 12-4. Oregon, 10-6. And third, UCLA, 9-6, which they were horrendous in the non-conference slate. Colorado, 8-7, 17-9 overall. They're 5th in the conference. They're considered in the play-in in most brackets for Colorado. California, oh my goodness. I just said that. I realized that Cal is 6th in the Pac-12. No way. California, the California Golden Bears, record of 9-8, 13-15 overall. They got a better conference record than Utah, which is 7-8, 7th in the Pac-12, and considered in the play-in. That makes 0 sense. Here's Utah. Here's their best wins. BYU by 4. By the way, BYU lost today. That's it. Oh, Washington State. Washington State by 20. That's it. I don't know how they're considered. Here's the losses. Oh, they beat Wake Forest. So Utah did beat Wake Forest back in November by 7. 3rd game of the season. Here's the losses. Houston by 10. St. John's by 9. St. John's has fallen off the cliff. I mean, Utah should be placed worse than St. John's. Both of those teams have pretty bad records. Oh, they did beat St. Mary's. I just saw that right now. A road game at St. Mary's. BYU, they won. Here's the losses. Arizona State twice. Arizona twice. Which the last one went to triple overtime. Stanford. Washington. USC. In the play-in is Utah. So I'm going over Utah. Utah has a worse conference record than Cal. Yet Utah is in the play-in. Cal has a 9-8 conference record. 13-15 overall. Utah is 7-8 in the Pac-12. The 7th place team in the Pac-12, yet they're in the play-in. Ole Miss. They're another team in the play-in. Hey, what's good? Joe in the stream. Welcome in. So, California has a better conference record. They're mid-Pac Pac-12. They're 6th in the Pac-12. That's insane. I couldn't believe when they stumbled upon that, taking a look at the standings. Ole Miss. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 10th. Oh my gosh. They are 10th in the SEC for Ole Miss. 19-8 overall, thanks to a garbage non-conference schedule. 6-8 in the conference. They get a worse conference record than LSU, who's not in the bracket considered. Here's their non-conference schedule. Alabama State, Eastern Washington. They beat Detroit Mercy, who has one win by 1 point in a home game. Sam Houston, they won by 3. They won at Temple by 1. They beat NC State by 20. That's fair. They beat Memphis when they were really good by 3. That's probably inflated them. The reason why. And their best win is against Florida. Ole Miss has lost the last 6 out of 7 games. The lone win came against Missouri, which is winless in the SEC. There's no way that team should be even considered. So here we go. Start of the third quarter of action right now. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Welcome in. Glad to have you back in the stream, Joe. Yeah, I'll take a look at that when I have a chance right there. Missed 3 to begin the third quarter by New York. Outside the top of the key, it's Achua. Hand off to Hart. Down by 4 to start off the third quarter here for the Knicks. Brunson off the up fake. Brunson slides it off to Hart. Takes the 3 over Brown. Swooshes it by Josh Hart on the 3. That's now the 10th made 3 by New York, and they've shot the ball well. 51% from the floor. They're 10 for 23 from the perimeter in this game. Top of the key with Holiday. Moves it over to White. White off the baseline dribble. Floats it up. He scores for 2. Good answer right there. Derek White up to 8 points now tonight. All depends on who steps up here in the second half. Jason Tatum with only 7 points. He only attempted 5 shots, though, in the first half. At the corner, Brunson receives it. Brunson looks to turn the corner. Inside the key, Brunson floats up the shot. Connects on it, plus the foul. Man, Jalen Brunson right now with a chance to tie the games. Put his team on his back tonight. Holiday picks up the shooting foul. So let's see. So Missouri State, or Indiana State. Let's see what we got. So I'm seeing an 11 seed for Indiana State. That's according to Lunardi. Yep, 11 seed as well. They got draws against Clemson and St. Mary's in the bracket. Brunson up to 22 as he sinks the free throw. Bounce pass off to Tatum. Tatum with 7 so far. Tatum at the elbow. Dribbles up, works out hard. Tatum leads in off the glass. No good. A rebound secured by Brunson. Jason Tatum still stuck in a number below 10 so far in this game. Hart floats the passes outside. Brunson elevates for the J. Missed off the mark. Tipped up to the perimeter. Offensive rebounds, but the Knicks have really crushed the Celtics in this game. Celtics going to get these defensive boards. Hardenstein. Handoff DiVincenzo. Settles for the 3. Comes up short. Another offensive rebound by Hardenstein. Gets rejected down low as Porzingis tried to save it here, and he got flung off the rebound. Tatum with a big block, and It'll be a loose ball foul picked up by New York. Big block right there by Tatum, denied DiVincenzo at the rim. So Indiana State 23-5, 14-3 in the Valley. Drake at 23-6 right behind. Yeah, it's going to be a one-bid conference, so whoever wins the Missouri Valley Conference tournament is going to be the automatic qualifier for March. Swoosh! Derek White drills another three. Big time. White up to 13 now in the game. It's 3 for 4 from the perimeter. DiVincenzo slows it down, moves on top off to Achua. Handoff off to Hart now. Bounce pass. Hardenstein guarded by Tatum at the elbow. Hand off to Brunson. Brunson moves it over off the spin move. Hart jumper. 15-footer off the front rim. No good. A rebound secured by Brown. Jaylen Brown up the floor. He's guarded by Hart. Crossover here at the wing. Sends it on top off to Holiday. Bounce pass finds Porzingis. Porzingis was held up and he got fouled. Hardenstein picks up the personal. Hey, what's good? Secret Underdog, the gamer. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. If you're new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics will get the inbound. Jason Tatum, only 7 total points tonight. Lobs it off to Holiday. Holiday at the baseline. Drives his way inside a low post. Holiday gets caught in the push-off. Offensive foul. So Drew picks up the personal. It will go right back over to New York. Brunson, oh yeah, just lowered a boom right on Jalen Brunson, who took the charge. Yeah, so a big win for your team today after 2 straight losses. Able to bounce back and beat Valpo today for you, Joe. 9 minutes left to go in the third right now. Hart at the top of the key. Sends it off to Hardenstein. Hardenstein drives downhill to the rim and... late whistle here picked up. Charge to Boston on the foul call. That's on Porzingis from the side. So the fouls lately have started to pile up a little bit for the Celtics now. Taking a look at foul trouble. Tatum, Holiday, and Brown all with 2. Porzingis just picked up his first. 2 shots here at the line for Hardenstein. First one's good. Knicks foul trouble right now. 3 personal fouls by Hardenstein. 2 each between DiVincenzo and Achua. Derek White's really been able to pick it up lately. 67-66. White's got 13 behind Jaylen Brown, the top scorer for the Celtics tonight with 20. All depends on who will step up in this game. If Tatum's able to do so, Celtics going to take this one tonight. There's a duo as well for the Knicks. 22 by Brunson. Hart's got 10. Porzingis steps into a 3. Laser beam. He's got it. Oh, yeah, baby. Bang, bang by the big fella. 4-point Celtics advantage. Ripping it right down the middle of the netting for KP with a 3 ball. He's up to 10 now. Bounce pass at the top. Achua takes the 3, bricked off the back room, no good. A rebound secured by Tatum. Tatum crosses midcourt. Tatum at the top. Tatum takes the 3, makes the 3, baby, from downtown. Bang, bang for JT. It's a timeout on the floor for New York. Here comes Tatum. Here comes Porzingis. 4 players up to double digits, just like that. On back-to-back 3s for the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum looking to start his groove in the scoring column tonight, right here, right now. Here's Boston. 8:21 left to go. The third quarter of action, and here come the Celtics to up the lead by 7. If you're new on the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams. And yeah, just going to get back to the scoreboard right now. So 2 other games in the NBA. Quiet NBA slate tonight. Magic lead the Pistons with under 6.5 left to go, 103-95. T-Wolves by 1 over the Nets, 40-39. If the T-Wolves lose that game, then the Thunder are a half game above Minnesota for first place in the West. Quick scoreboard update. This is what we got for college hoops. 2 games in the bubble. Seton Hall leading Butler 49-44. Colorado leading Utah 43-34. All 4 of those teams I mentioned are either in the first 4 or first 8 out or last 4 in group. Oh no, it was Indiana. Indiana State just beat UIC, so Indiana State just beat UIC, so now that's 2 in a row for Joe that they won. So that game just went final 88-73. Yeah, Colorado State's going to lose against UNLV. 60-55, UNLV picks off another Mountain West team, which everybody's saying the Mountain West is so good. They're going to get 6 bids. Here's my opinion about that. I think there's a lot of Mountain West teams, honestly, that's capable of being upset in the first round. Like, I would be shocked that 3 of those teams, at least, advance over to the second round. I think realistically, you're looking at 4, 5, or potentially all 6 teams from the Mountain West, depending on matchups, losing in the first round, honestly, because of these bad losses. You got New Mexico losing against Air Force today. You got Colorado State about to lose against UNLV. I mean, I don't know. Really don't know about that conference. Some of those teams haven't even played a Power 5 this season. I believe New Mexico hasn't even played a Power 5 school this year. Boise State hasn't. Boise State got their doors blown off against Virginia Tech back in November. So they haven't played a Power 5 team this year yet. Those teams are rated high, like anywhere for the Mountain West between a 4 seed and an 11 seed on most brackets. Clemson about to win over Florida State 70-63. UConn, 2 minutes left to go, taking care of business over Villanova 68-44. And Tennessee blowing the doors off Texas A&M. Yeah, Tennessee broke Texas A&M tonight 79-47. Looking like Texas A&M is going to go to the NIT. Mississippi State beating LSU 60-47. Yeah, Mississippi State looking more like they're going to be in the brackets for them. They have avoided bad losses, whereas teams like Ole Miss and Texas A&M have suffered losses against teams like LSU. So we come back from the timeout right now. 8:20 left to go. 7-point lead for Boston. Back-to-back threes by Porzingis and Tatum before the timeout. Josh Hart on the floor with Hardenstein, Achua, Brunson, and DiVincenzo, and a travel violation called inside, committed by Hardenstein. This game's starting to get a little bit out of reach here for New York. They just committed their 8th turnover. Yeah, they're not helping out the cause. Hey, what's good? Commerce Ozzy in the stream. Welcome back in. Yeah, another game that the Pistons are trailing. Holiday on the floor with Brown. Brown elevates for the 3, and he hits it. Oh, yeah, baby. JB up to 23. Delivers in the triple. 10-point lead, tied for the largest one of the game. Part of a 9-zip run for the Celtics last minute and 25 seconds. Holiday on the floor with Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and White. Brunson dribbles up top of the key. Brunson guarded by Porzingis. 7.5 left to go. Brunson, 5 of the shot clock. Step back jumper, deep 2. Rattles it, and he hits it. Jalen Brunson plus the foul got knocked down by Porzingis. That's a big shot. Jalen Brunson's going to have a major game, and he's doing that tonight. Put it in the work. Like always for that dude. 24 by Brunson with a free throw pending. He came to play tonight, looking for 25 here if he makes the free throw. Free throw's up, free throw is good. 25 for Brunson, willing his team right back into it. 7-point advantage for Boston. 7:20 left to go. Tatum at the left wing perimeter, guarded by Hart. Switched now by Hardenstein, top of the key. They've been able to find success off the dribble drive down low, working on the bigs today like Hardenstein around the perimeter. Tatum gets double teamed, lobs it down low. Porzingis off his fingertips, got grabbed onto and fouled. Josh Hart picks up the personal foul, holding on to Porzingis on the entry pass. Let's take a look here at this replay. Hart, ooh, I don't know about that, honestly. I think that was clean. I think that was pretty clean. Not trying to be biased here or anything, but that looked like it was pretty clean. That should have been a turnover forced for New York. 7 minutes left to go. Celtics get the inbound. Porzingis, hand off to Brown. Brown, top of the key, working on Hardenstein. He's had success going downhill on him. That's what he does this time. Brown, right to the cup, scoop, score. Up and it off the backboard, right past Hardenstein. Once again, scores the layup. Oh, yeah, I knew it right directly right there. You get a big on a switch at the top of the key. Jaylen Brown bursts the speed, getting downhill right to the rim. He's got 25 on 11 for 14 shooting tonight. 9-point advantage currently. Inside the low post, Brunson put up the shot, got knocked down, no call by the referees. Brown flings it out to the wing. Tatum, crossover, guarded by Hartenstein once again. Tatum, one-on-one on Hartenstein. This looks like it could be a severe mismatch. Draws a double team off to White. Passes out to the corner. Open three, Jalen. He got blocked by DiVincenzo. Good defense right there by the Knicks. 6:15 left to go as we approach the mark. Driving, Hart, down low, backdoor, scores right past Porzingis. That was a strong drive. This game getting interesting. 78-71, approaching 6 minutes remaining in the third. Josh Hart's got 12. Hey, what's good? Warren on the stream. Welcome in. Glad to have you back in, man. Top of the key, Porzingis pops up, takes the three. Laser beam from downtown. Porzingis drills the triple. Big time shot, KP. 10-point lead once again for the third time in this game. 5 for 6 from 3-point range this quarter for the Celtics. They're feeling it. 53% from the perimeter, 10 for 19 from downtown. Brunson, bounce pass. Dribbles up inside the key, over to Achua. Missed off the glass. Porzingis taps it over to White. White collects the defensive rebound. White will slow it down here up the floor. Lobs it off to Brown. Brown's got 25 tonight. Jalen draws a double team. Bounce pass White. Accelerates. Kick. Quarter. Three. In the air. Open. Holiday. Bullseye. Drew, baby, with the three. It's a 13-point lead. Largest one of the game. And a timeout taken on the floor by New York. 5:09 left to go. The drive and kick works out to success for the Celtics. Derek White with an assist, a skip past the quarter. Drew Holiday spots up off the catch, ton of space, takes it, and he makes it. 84-71. Celtics on a roll right now, passing the ball. And an efficient clip. 18 assists, leading to 34 made field goals tonight. 69% from the floor. Yet they're only up by 13. New York, reason why they've hung in the game, New York's made 10 threes. Celtics are 7 of 8 from 3. In this quarter alone, they're 12 for 21 in the game from the perimeter at 57% right now. Joe Mazzulla ball working out for them, but the biggest takeaway tonight in this game has been points in the paint. What a game plan for Boston, attempting to get to the rim much more than they usually do. I like their game tonight, what they've done. They've attempted 49 shots. They've attempted 21 threes. They've attempted 28 twos. Just all around an excellent game by Boston. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams I cover here on the channel. And wow, this has been something special tonight to watch. All 5 starters in double figures. Jaylen Brown's got 25, 13 each between Porzingis and White, 10 by Tatum. Just good balance here, even though Jason Tatum's the superstar of this team. I mean, Jaylen Brown's the tone setter. All these guys have different roles on the squad, and they all work together, and it's just fascinating to watch when everybody's focused, everybody's got their eyes on the chip. And yeah, I think I was asked earlier, would the Celtics have under or over 20 losses? I'll go under for Boston. Right now, 12 losses. Yeah, it's looking like they're probably going to finish the season with like 17 to 18 losses total, in my opinion. They do have a tough stretch coming up, though. I have to say, 3 straight games at home. Philadelphia Tuesday, Mavs Friday, Golden State Sunday. Golden State's been playing much better recently. That's next Sunday afternoon, March 3rd, at Cleveland, who is number 2 in the East behind them. They're 7.5 games back. At Denver, these are going to be tough games. In early March. At Denver, March 7th. At Phoenix, March 9th. Those two specifically. Those two are going to be tough games. At Denver and at Phoenix. Schedule lightens up a little bit after that. At Portland on March 11th. At Utah, March 12th. Hosting Phoenix, March 14th. At Washington, March 17. Here's where it gets quite easier besides the Milwaukee game thrown in the middle. Hosting Detroit, March 18. Hosting Milwaukee, March 20. And then the super-duper easy stretch as we are back to action. I'll go over to the super-duper easy stretch here in just a moment. Back to action, around 5 minutes left to go. New York with the basketball. Brunson inside the key, guarded by Tatum. Up fake mid-block, floats the pass out to the corner. DiVincenzo puts up the shot, no good. Bricked off the rim. Brown tips it over to White for the defensive rebound. Celtics with possession. They'll slow it down. Derek White on the floor with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford. Brown, 25 points, leads the way tonight. Brown guarded by DiVincenzo at the right wing. Brown double teamed outside, finds Tatum. 5 of the shot clock. Tatum at the left wing. Tatum dribbles up. Tatum drives down the hill to the rim. Over Jericho Sims. Puts it through. It is good for the buckets. Oh, that's a strong move right there by JT. Tatum frustrated that there was no call by the referees, but man, what a drive right there. Usually what you see from Jason Tatum is going one-on-one, hunting iso ball matchups, attempting those shots from the perimeter. Instead, shot clock down to 5, drove it right through the teeth of the defense, scored a layup. He has elevated his game, and that's a big reason why the Celtics are going to win the chip this year, because of the elevation of Jason Tatum to not play hero ball like the past. Tatum collects the rebound. Also, Jaylen Brown setting the tone, finally able to start to have burst and get his left hand going off the dribble. Just like that, Jaylen Brown cashes in transition, scores the 2. Everything working out for the Celtics here in the third quarter. Jaylen Brown's got 27 tonight. These two guys playing on another level in this game. Brunson moves it outside of Hart. Hart dribbles up inside the key. Drives on to Horford. Puts the shot over Horford. No good. Bounced out. Got fouled though. Horford picks up the shooting foul. Hart will shoot 2 at the line. The elevation of Tatum and Brown's game, which they went to the finals 2 years ago, plus the acquisition of Porzingis and Holiday. And then the emergence of Derek White as a key starter. Not only as a great scorer now, from what he used to be 2 years ago, an efficient perimeter shooter, but also one of the top defenders in the league. Him and Holiday are absolute dogs, and this starting 5 is just, man, they're just a force. So back to the Celtics schedule. This is the super easy part about it, is they can't look any of these matchups over though. Late March 22 at Detroit, March 23 at Chicago. That's a back-to-back though. So they don't have any days of rest between those two. They got 2 games against Atlanta, March 25, March 28, both on the road at the Hawks. The Pelicans are up to 5th in the West as Tatum, step back 3, came up short, rebound controlled by New York. After that, the Pelicans on March 30th, the Hornets, which they have twice remaining on April 1. They also get the Hornets, the second to last game of the season to close out. Schedule gets a little bit tougher starting in April with OKC and Sacramento on April 3 and 5, Portland on April 7, then they close out Milwaukee, New York, Charlotte, and Washington to close out the schedule on the 12th and 14th between Charlotte and Washington. 88-75 right now, back-to-back buckets made by New York. Celtics with it at the elbow. White flings the pass over Porzingis outside Hauser, laces up a 3, hits bottom. Sam Hauser sizzles the trifecta triple. 16-point Celtics advantage. Everything firing on all cylinders tonight for Boston. This has just been excellent total team control basketball. Attacking downhill to the rim. Soared up with a 2-handed flush by Achua. 91-77. There's some explosiveness on the floor with number 5 Precious Achua. Derek White's going to slow it down. Under 2:20 left to go. Third quarter. Celtics 56.5% from 3. White at the top of the key. Towards his right. Moves it over to Hauser. Hauser, away from the play. The Knicks, frustrated, picks up another foul. Edith, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. And this has just been an excellent all-around game tonight for Boston, controlling this one. The Knicks, the only way that you can beat the Celtics is you're going to match shot for shot tonight, and the Celtics are just lighting it up. Almost 70% from the floor right now for Boston. This is insane. Porzingis off the inbound, takes the 3, makes the 3, baby by KP. Straight away at the top of the key. 94-77. Celtics by 17. Porzingis got 16 on 3 for 4 shooting from the perimeter. Brunson hands it off to Hart. Bounce pass down low underneath the Chua. Shovels. Intercepted. Missed the mark of the pass over to Sims. It's a turnover. White came up with a steal. White burst of speed. Kick out to the wing. Tatum open. Takes it. And he makes it. Bang, bang, baby. Jason Tatum rips it through the shoot for the triple. 97-77. 1.5 left to go here in the third. Celtics are just shooting on another planet in this third quarter from 3. They're on 9 for 11. Jalen Brunson with a 3-ball. Straight away off the step back by Brunson. Andrew, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by, man. Brunson's got 30. That 30 tonight is not enough. The Celtics are shooting northwards of 70% from the floor. With 1 minute left to go, almost in the third quarter, Tatum with a 3 before Porzingis gets called on the illegal screen. This is insane, guys. The Celtics are 70% shooting right now from the floor. 97 points in the final minute left to go in the third. 35-22. Boston has outscored New York this quarter. The Celtics on an insane level shooting. Hart dribbles inside. Now back out top of the free throw circle. Puts the ball into the hands of Brunson, who has 30, yet his team's down by 17. Brunson, guarded by Hauser. Dribbles up. Jumper at the low block. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Achua. Burks at the elbow. Forces up the jumper. Missed off the mark. No good. Another offensive rebound pulled up by Hart. Hart bounce pass. Oh, nice bounce pass underneath. Finds Achua, who throws it down with authority. 35.6 seconds left to go. Timeout on the floor taken by Joe Mazzulla in Boston. Celtics with a plenty for timeouts remaining. Wow, I think I just saw 5 on the board for them. 15-point game, timeout on the floor. All right, we take the timeout. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, everybody. Tonight, the entire Celtics 5 is in double-figure scoring. The Celtics are an absolute machine in this game. These are the shooting splits tonight. Ignore the free throw split. I'm just going to go over the field goal and 3. They've only attempted 6 free throws, so they're 4 for 6 at the free throw line. But this is the field goal shooting percentage. The Celtics tonight are 39 for 55 shooting. They're 71% from the floor shooting. They're 60% from 3 at 15 for 25. I mean, this is insane. What a game by Boston tonight. Tomorrow, going to work on a lot of my prep work tomorrow for the rest of the week for my sports announcing games in person. Probably going to get my hair cut tomorrow morning, too. Yeah, my hair started to grow out, so hoping to get my hair cut. Yeah, quick update to you guys. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing my next stream or so. I posted in the community tab that I planned on doing it tomorrow, but recently one of the people that got back to me that I work with for announcing games, he might have me do NCAA tournament games next weekend for D3 for college basketball if the team that I announce gets the hosting bid for that. So instead tomorrow I'm not gonna do any streams tomorrow because I'm gonna have to get a lot of my prep work done. Next week I have 3 games in person, but if the team that I do announce for, if they do get the hosting bid, then I get 6 in person for next week. So I'm gonna start getting a lot of my prep work done starting tomorrow for what I can for the week. I got games in person for this upcoming week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then if I find out on the selection show on Monday afternoon if the team, one of the teams I cover for basketball, it's UMass Dartmouth. They're ranked in the top 25 for women's basketball. If they host, then there will be games offered to me on Friday and Saturday night next week. So I would have, instead of 3, which I have on the schedule, I would have 6 or so. So I would take the whole week off of streaming if they do get to host or so, because I would need a whole week to prep for those games. Jumper at the buzzer, missed off the mark by Pritchard. We close out at the end of the third. 97-84 the score. So we close out here at the end of 3. just an absolute machine tonight for Boston, what they've done in this game. Their shooting splits have been insane. No, I cover games for colleges on like the actual like live stream broadcast, like the televised broadcast. So I go in person to those colleges in the press box and announce games for them. So they don't show. So so it's not like a stream because they have the actual camera pan on the game. So I'm announcing and they're showing the game that's going on. So it's not like here where YouTube has all these copyright rules and they can't like show the actual game because of the rights belong to ABC for this game. So I'm like one of those announcers say like Jim Nance or Ian Eagle like in person announcing the game. Kevin Harlan, Mike Breen, Gus Johnson, like all those guys that announce in person. That's what I do at some of the colleges. So yeah, one of the colleges that I work at, they're top 25 for women's college basketball, and they might host the NCAA tournament next week, but we're not sure. We'll find that out on the selection show on Monday. That's for Division III, so that's why the NCAA tournament is like a couple weeks before Division I, because I do a lot of my work for Division III usually. Hey, that's awesome. So Harry got to do some PA announcing. That's great for you, man. Congrats. Yeah, if they have any like opportunities for like the spring sports too, you should see if they have like opportunities to like PA announce for like baseball or softball if you're interested in those sports, lacrosse, because they usually look for like opportunities for like announcers to cover those games. I know for like baseball and softball, you'd be able to get like a lot of reps because you'd be announcing like every single like player going up at bat or so that would be a lot of reps. Other sports like lacrosse or like field hockey, soccer, you'd be announcing the goals, so it's not much action compared to like basketball. You're announcing like when players score, when players commit a foul, so there's a lot of action that goes on. So that's the good thing about basketball. If you like action and stuff, being a PA announcer, you've got it right there for basketball. Baseball, you get that too because you have to announce like every single batter that steps up to the plate. But like other games, it's just like when the player scores. So for soccer, that could be like an eternity. So you might be sitting there for like minutes upon minutes, possibly like an hour plus, waiting for somebody to score, and then finally they score. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so quick update here for tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow. Most likely, I found out that the one of the teams that I do my broadcast for, the school is named UMass Dartmouth. Their women's team's ranked inside the top 25, but they might host the NCAA tournament next week. I found that out late Friday, so if that's the case, I'm gonna have to set aside like a significant amount of time to prep for those games, which I'm going to start doing my prep tomorrow for like my Wednesday and Thursday games. I want to get those out of the way because what I have on the schedule for me, I got 3 lacrosse games that's guaranteed. Next week it's Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday. And then if they do host the NCAA tournament, I'd be adding on to my schedule Saturday night and also Friday night as well. Missed 3 by Tatum as we begin the fourth quarter of action right now. Jalen Brunson putting his team on his back tonight. He's got 32 at the moment. Makes the pass off to Hart. Hart drives downhill to the rim. Right past Tatum. Scores the layup. They're hanging in right now. Down by 11. 11 minutes left to go. Approaching the mark. Drew Holiday on the floor with Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Luke Cornett, and Peyton Pritchard. Holiday lobs it over to Horford. Horford. Right baseline dribble. Horford backdoor scores. Right past Bogdanovich on a mismatch for 2. 99-86. Points in the paint been a major factor tonight for Boston. They lead that total now 44-32. Edge of the midcourt logo. Alec Burks drives downhill, floats up the shot. Kiss off the glass, scores up, and then right past Horford with a bucket. Yeah, it's a lot of work and stuff like that. So, it's a lot of work to just keep my mind to it. And the good thing about it is that the place that I'm working for this week, it's only like 15 minutes away from my house. So it's really convenient. As the Knicks turned it over, Tatum, just the basketball went to him directly as a gift, came up with a steal. Tatum at the low block, guarded by Bogdanovich. Tatum, 10 on the shot clock, bounce passes outside. Holiday moves off to his right. Horford over to the corner. Pritchard dribbles up. Pritchard with the offensive foul on the push-off. Pushed off right there, turned it over. Yeah, Brunson kind of sold it, though, as he went backwards for Brunson. But yeah, Pritchard did push off there. That's the 6th turnover tonight for Boston. They've played a really just solid game tonight. Based on their shooting splits, I would expect them to be up by like 20-25, but I mean, they're torching them from 2. I love what they're doing from 2. Horford stripped Burks. The ball went out of bounds. It went off of Horford. Usually my games are around 7 for most of the games. So I'm doing lacrosse this week. It's on Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday are at 7. And then the Saturday one's at 1 for lacrosse. I'll post in the community tab. I have to figure out if those games are scheduled. Sometimes they have been scheduling the streams well ahead of time, but last couple of times they forgot to schedule them, and that's why I didn't post my college basketball conference tournament schedule on Tuesday, because they didn't have that scheduled until like right before the game, because I was waiting for that to post in the community tab, and then it didn't come up until right before the start of the game. They scheduled it. Tatum down the 3 in the shot clock. Takes the jumper at the wing. No good. Around the rim and out. Offensive rebound. Peyton Pritchard soaring right past 3 defenders in blue for New York. Brown took the 3. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound again by Horford. Out to the corner. Goes over to Holiday now at the elbow. 8 in the shot clock. Finds Pritchard. Lob down low. Horford backs his way. Low post on Achua. Pivot. Over Achua. Missed off the glass. Tipped up at the top of the glass. And it's goes in for 2 by Big Al Horford. Somehow, someway, the Celtics scored. He reached triple digits on the scoreboard, leading 101-90. That's only their 4th second chance point of the game. They got very lucky right there. That basketball hit the top of the backboard. I thought it was going to hit the shot clock, honestly, when it first happened. Very, very lucky possession that they got that. And Holiday, he comes up with a steal. Far side of the floor, Holiday out to the races. Holiday, no good, missed the layup. No call by the referees as it was contested from behind. Deflected. Holiday with another steal. Passes Brown right to the rim. Soars on a 2-on-1. He scores up and then off the glass. 103-90. Turnovers. That's been the rough point of the game tonight for the Knicks. That is now turnover number 11 tonight. Jaylen Brown's got 29. Brunson, top of the key. Under 7:30 left to go. Takes the 3 over Horford. Bricked off the back rim. Offensive rebound back to Brunson. Brunson at the elbow. Guarded by Brown. Down by 13 currently. Moves it off to Hart. Got to be urgent with a possession. Shot clock's down to 6. Hart launches a 3. Missed off the back iron. Rebound secured by Holiday. And Holiday will slow down tempo. Looking to use clock right now for Boston, up by 13. 7:05 left to go. Remaining here. Tatum drives, slices defenders with a figure roll. Up and through it is good for 2 by Tatum. Great move downhill to the cup. Achua on the outlet pass from Burks turns it over. This game's starting to get out of reach tonight, and the Knicks know it right now. 6:58 left to play. 105-90. Match Boston shot for shot, and you'll have yourself a game tonight. It's been impossible to do so. 62% from the floor for the Celtics on 43 for 69 tonight. Just insane what Boston has done. The Celtics cruising 105-90. Just a machine all night long. 29 by Brown, 17 by Tatum, 16 by Porzingis, 13 by White, 12 by Holiday. These guys off the All-Star break, they are fresh. They are crushing it tonight. Saturday night primetime game. If you're doing the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 60 plus right now watching. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in, being a part here on the stream tonight. Quick update in the scoreboard here. San Diego State, man, they're crushing it tonight, leading Fresno State 22-4. These are the late night games currently. St. Mary's up over San Diego 27-17. Mississippi State going to come up with a big win over LSU. That's good for their tournament hopes. Right now, drawing like a 10 or a 9 seed for Mississippi State, 85-64. Mississippi State. Yeah, thanks so much for joining in, Alex. I'll see you hopefully next week sometime. I'll get like more of a clear picture probably on Sunday or on Monday. I get the selection show on Monday. Yeah, I take a lunch, so I have like a 30-minute break in between. If it's basketball, I have a 30-minute break in between games, so I take a lunch to everything that I do. If it's if I have more than one game, I take a lunch for everything, because there's usually time to eat in between. Wow, Colorado's crushing Utah tonight, 66-47. That's what I thought exactly would happen in that game. UConn beat Villanova 78-54. Tennessee destroyed Texas A&M 86-51. UNLV beat Colorado State 66-60. Arizona State won against Washington State tonight 73-61. Just so much parity this year at college hoops. Oh, Seton Hall leading Butler by 10, 65-55. That's a massive game. Both of those teams in the bubble. It's just so tough to beat Boston, what they're doing tonight. Looking for win number 8 in a row. Be the longest active winning streak in the NBA. Currently tied with Dallas with 7 straight wins. Quick update here. The Magic with a 3-point win tonight at the Pistons. 112-109 for Orlando. And the T-Wolves lead the Nets by 3. That's a defensive game right there. 58-55. Midway through the third. That's the score midway through the third quarter with around 6 minutes left to go in the third. 58-55 Minnesota. Celtics a machine tonight. 15 for 31 from the perimeter. 62% shooting from the floor. 43 for 69. We come back from the timeout right now. Under 7 minutes left to play. Celtics by 15, looking to add to it. Brown on the floor with Tatum, Pritchard, Horford, and Holiday. The entire starting 5 is scored. Tatum inside the key. Floats up the shot, draws the contact. Will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. So he gets Bogdanovich off the leaner. Bogdanovich in his 4th game as a Knick this season. This has been a tough night, though, for Bogdanovich in action. Coming off the bench, held to just 8 points in 16 minutes. First shot by Tatum is good. Haven't gone to the free throw line that much today, but really like how they've been attacking, getting downhill, getting to the rim tonight. It's been a special game. Really, just Jaylen Brown set the tone with his 29 points. Second free throw is good by Tatum. Tatum up to now 7. He's up to 19. He had 17 previous. Part of an 8-zip run. Last 2:45 for Boston. Knicks down by 17. Burks. Jumper. Deep 2. Contested by Horford. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound by Achua. Quarter 3. Off the mark. No good. Missed by McBride. Alec Burks, too, has struggled to find his shot tonight. 9 points. 7 points off the bench on 3 for 9, shooting 1 for 5 from the perimeter. Bounce pass Brown, elevates for the 3. Jaylen off the front, no good. The smallest player on the floor came up with the offensive rebound. It was Pritchard. Brown inside the key. Brown bobbles it underneath. Brown looking for 30, couldn't get it. A defensive rebound hauled in by DiVincenzo. Midway through the 4th right now. Knicks looking for urgency. This is too much clock being used. Down to 12 on the shot clock currently. Bogdanovich keeps on slowing down. Moves it across the floor. Too much time. Shot clock's down to 6 for New York. At the wing, Birch jacks up a tough three. Off the back from no good. Great contest by Holiday and the Celtics here. Come up with a rebound by Brown. They'll use clock. Tatum slows down tempo. Both of these teams have bricked their threes this quarter. Celtics 0 for 5. Knicks 0 for 6. Tatum at the wing. Takes the three. Off the back iron. No good. Sail to the corner on the bounce. And it was last off the rim off Tatum's miss. This will be Knicks basketball. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, hopefully he'll be back visiting soon once again. I'm sorry to hear that you got family that's quite a bit away. That can only see you like once every so often. That has to take a flight in. 17-point game. Bogdanovich passes over to Burks. Celtics looking to make their 7-game win streak up to 8. So we're down to 5 minutes left to go, approaching the mark. Burks, top of the free throw circle. Sends it off to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, baseline dribble. Outside finds Burks. Burks takes the three, missed another one. Just not the answer right now. 0 for 7 from the perimeter by New York. In this fourth quarter, burst of speed. Jaylen Brown off the rim, no good. Horford, putback, scores. 109-90. Big Al Horford providing excellent spark off the bench tonight with 10 points. Collects the defensive rebounds. And the Celtics here will slow it down once again. Boston basketball. 59.5% shooting tonight. They were 70% at one point to the late stretch of the third quarter. Tatum at the wing. Tatum dribble, drive up, soars to the rim. Pushes off though. Called an offensive foul. It will go right back over to New York. 4:19 remaining. Just gaining separation. The Celtics will be 8 games ahead of Cleveland in the Eastern Conference standings. That is just unheard of. Take a look at the East. You take a look at the West. And this is the crazy part about it. The Western Conference, the number 1 team between Minnesota and OKC. Both of them are tied for first. There's only a 6.5 game separation between number 1 and number 8 in the West. Between Minnesota and Phoenix, which is now the number 8 team in the Western Conference. DiVincenzo buries the three. The Celtics, after tonight, will have an 8-game advantage over the number 2 team in the East with Cleveland. White dribbles up inside, pass off to the cutter. Backdoor goes Brown, missed the layup. Porzingis hanging on the rim as the referee's going to roll it on Hardenstein here. Yeah, Porzingis will head to the free throw line. So Porzingis will shoot 2 at the free throw line, and the putback, he got fouled. Thanks all for joining in tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I'm probably going to take tomorrow off. I had earlier on in the week, I had put it in my schedule, Denver Golden State, but found out later this week that I might be getting some in-person games offered to me, which would have like a lot of opportunities for me, so I'd have to prep a lot of my stuff that I do tomorrow. So I'm probably going to take off tomorrow to work on my prep work. Both of the free throws go down at the line by Porzingis. I'll post in the community tab on Monday, because I'll know by Monday if I'll be doing those games or not later on in the week. So I'll post on Monday what my schedule will be. If I do get offered NCAA tournament games, if the team gets a hosting bid that I announce for, then I probably won't be back until the following Sunday when the Celtics play Golden State. But they did lose in their conference championship today, so they might not get the hosting bid. If they don't get the hosting bid, then I'll probably be back streaming on Tuesday for the Celtics. That's if they don't get the hosting bid. Final 3:15 left to go. Derek White floats it up over the top. Porzingis throws it down with a right-handed hammer. That's the exclamation point tonight here, folks. 3 minutes left to go. Boston with great basketball. A huge rejection by Drew Holiday as he stuffs Brunson right from behind. A whistle here blown by the referee as this will send Hardenstein in the putback coming up to the free throw line. 113-93. Derek White off the drive, floated it up over the top with an assist to Porzingis, threw it down, and then Holiday coming in with a pain from behind, blocking it off the backboard. Just all around great Boston basketball tonight. An absolute machine. I mean, this shows you the potential right here for the Celtics. You got guys that's tired throughout the course of the season. The season just drags on, it lags on. But if you're the Celtics, you get a full week of rest after the All-Star break. You come out like this, you pummel teams. This is how the season started. The Celtics, after the offseason, they started off the season 5-0. They go into the All-Star break. They had 8 days off after they destroyed Brooklyn by 50. 8 days off, come back from the All-Star break, crush Chicago tonight. They're up by 20 with under 3 left to go against New York. 8 days of rest. This team's back in the right mindset, getting their wheels back on, attacking, getting to the rim. That's what I really liked tonight. They were able to get to the paint, multiple buckets inside the paint tonight. And then the other key is that once they get to the playoffs, they'll have another full week of rest because the play-in games will be played the week prior to the actual first round games. So that is beneficial towards the Celtics once again. And if they're able to make those quick series matchups, then they're going to get even more rest. That's all they have to do, just make it as quick as possible. Because if they're in a 7-game series, then it gets concerning because then you got a lot of guys starting to get tired and starting to check out and not playing with much intensity. But after the rest, you feel just so refreshed if you're able to get these series games done quickly in 4 in a sweep. You get more rest potentially if your opponent happens to go like 6 or 7. Yeah. Because what we've seen after a long break for the Celtics, we've seen this team just fire on all cylinders. They started off 5-0 to begin the regular season. And now they're going to start off 2-0 after the All-Star break, up to now an 8-game winning streak. Do I think the Bucks are going to go to the finals again like they did 3 years ago? I'm going to say no. I think they, honestly, in my opinion, I think they get a chance to be taken out in the first round. Especially if they draw Indiana in the first round. I think there's a lot of issues right there internally with the Bucks still. A lot of players confused about the head coach firing, that they hired Doc Rivers, and right now they're just 4-7. They're 4-7 with Doc Rivers as a head coach. Yeah, I think there's what if you don't have your whole locker room bought in, then there's a lot of issues. That's what happened with the Patriots this year. They're gonna have to start from square one next year because I was reading into a lot of the articles, listening to the press conferences, and yeah, there's a lot of trust issues because nobody in the locker room believed in Mac Jones. And if you don't have players believing in yourselves, if you don't have players believing in the new head coach, then you're going to get bounced out. You're going to get bounced out early. And honestly, I think that's going to happen with Milwaukee, that they're going to get bounced out if they face Indiana in the first round. Indiana went 4-1 against the Bucks in the regular season. I think that's a mismatch for them. Indiana's got the top offense in the NBA. If healthy, they can do some damage and pick off an upset. Hey, what's good? Michael on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Glad to have you back in. Free throws here at the line for Hartenstein. Both of them go down. It's now 113-95. Under 3 minutes left to play. Just an excellent all-around game for Boston. Entire starting 5 in double figures, plus Al Horford off the bench with 10 himself. Jaylen Brown, 29 points, top scorer. 20 by Porzingis, 19 by Tatum, 13 by White, 12 by Holiday, 10 by Horford. Here's a jumper, Drew. Came up short off the fronter by Holiday. Tipped up, though, far side off the hands of Holiday. Went out of bounds. Hey, what's good? Delightful Cello. Welcome back in. Glad to have you back in from Jamaica. I have yet to see the Bob Marley movie yet. 2.5 left to go. Knicks with a possession. Down low, Brunson scores the layup. He's been excellent tonight. He just needs a bunch of help. He's looking like Luka on the floor tonight, his former teammate. 32, now up to 34. 34 points now for Brunson. 16 by Hart. That's only 2 guys in double figures. Celtics have 6 players tonight in double digits. Porzingis, top of the key. Puts the ball into the hands of Tatum. It will be 8 straight victories in a row. Longest active win streak in the NBA. Porzingis elevates for the J. Swoosh. Delivers in the 14-foot J by KP. 150 remaining, 22 by Porzingis. DiVincenzo off the catch, fires, makes the triple. Up to 100 now for the Knicks. Looks like too little too late. 15-point game with under 4:45 left. It'll be win number 45 this season for the Celtics. Just an absolute shooting clinic as they were on point with their shots tonight. 58% from the floor, 44% from three-point range. Jaylen Brown burst the speed to the rim. No good. He was the tone setter, though, in the first half of action. Hard bounce pass up the floor. Brunson and bobbled it. Tears it over. And that's been the story of the game tonight for the Knicks. Turnovers. Just 7 by the Celtics all game. Up to 12 now for New York in turnovers. Celtics out to send a message to the entire nation. Looking to take the chip. Still a long way left to go to June. Got April and May basketball that's extremely meaningful before June. But tonight, we've shown more glimpses of it, and tonight, just such a dominant game. I mean, New York, I have to give credit out to New York tonight because how they started off the game, they were right there with the Celtics. It was Boston who led by 4 at the end of the first, 30-26. It was a 4-point Celtics lead at halftime. The score is 62-58. And then just like they did on Thursday, the third quarter is where they really got going. Celtics outscored New York 35-26 in the third. They've outscored them here by 3 in the fourth, 19-16. Yes, I think realistically they can for the Celtics. I think realistically they're going to get to 60. So they get 82. Total games. Yeah, I think honestly they could finish like with 65, 66, 67 victories, in my opinion. Probably going to be around 65 for them. Yeah, like mid to high 60s probably. Honestly, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if 70, because they would have to win every single one. Wow. Yeah, so if they reach 70, they would have to win every single one of these games post All-Star break. 45 victory coming up this season for the Celtics. The crazy part about it is that Boston now will be up by 8 games over Cleveland, who's number 2 in the East. Over in the West, Minnesota's the top team in the West, tied with OKC. Both of those teams are 6.5 games above the number 8 place team in the West, which is Phoenix. Phoenix has dropped back to 8. The Pelicans are up to 5 in the West. Brown missed the 3, no good off the back rim. Yeah, tonight the Celtics on fire. 27 assists to just 7 turnovers in this game. For the Knicks, they had 21 assists to 13 turnovers. So big-time assist-to-turnover ratio tonight in this matchup for Boston. They crushed it. They had almost a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio in this game for the Celtics. Final 10 seconds left to go, and wow, they really did an amazing job tonight. Thanks so much all for joining in. Be the part here on the chat for this one tonight. The Boston Celtics, big time tonight on a Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks were -3, their key starters with Julius Randle out, same as OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson, but still. Jalen Brunson dropped down 34, yet the Knicks lost by 14. This is how balanced the Celtics are. 6 guys in double figures. 30 points by Jaylen Brown set the tone in a big way tonight for Boston. 22 by Porzingis, 19 by Tatum, 13 by White, 12 by Holiday, 10 points by Al Horford. Just all around collective in this victory here for the Celtics tonight. Wow, just phenomenal game that they played tonight. Just a lot of balance, and they've come out of the All-Star break just looking refreshed, looking to take care of business. And these guys just, man, they are on fire. They shot the cover off the ball tonight in this one as the Celtics win by 14 on the road in the Saturday night primetime game. 57.5% for Boston on 42% shooting from three. Just lights out. 15 for 35 from the perimeter. Shooting splits were 57.5, 43 from three, 75% at the free throw line. Just insane when your shot is clicking and getting to the rim. The twos. Instead of settling for threes, going into iso ball, this team just went to the rim, attacked all game long, and was the aggressor all night. They attempted 80 total shots. 35 of those shots were three. They had 45 twos, 35 threes. They made 46 shots total, so 46. So 31 of 45 is, they shot the ball over 68%. They made their 2-point shots tonight. Just insane game for Boston. Jaylen Brown drops down 30. Really set the tone. He went 13 for 24 tonight by Jaylen. Really set the tone for this team. And wow, really goes to show what they are made of. And looking forward to what can potentially be come playoff time. What can happen here if they keep on looking like this for the Celtics. Because tonight they showed that they could really do things that's something special this year. All started off in the offseason when they were bringing in some of their former vets to talk to them. Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, brought in some of the old vets back into the former players back into the facility to talk basketball and help out all the other guys in the team and help them get to the next level, which is to win the chip and to take home banner 18. And wow, this really showed something tonight for the Celtics here. Just amazing game being played on national TV in front of the entire audience. Wow, just sensational. 6 guys double figures tonight. Quick update here. I'm not exactly sure what my next stream will be. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I had originally put in the community tab that I would stream tomorrow, but I got a late notification on Friday that one of the schools that I announced with put in a hosting bid to host the NCAA tournament next week for D3 basketball. So if so, they were talking to me. They would be interested in having me announce if they were picked to host the game. So we have to find out, or I have to find out if they're hosting. I get to know on the selection show on Monday. It's for Division III college basketball, for women's basketball, if they host or so for one of the teams I work with. So since that's the case, I'm going to do a lot of my prep work for tomorrow because I do have like a bunch of games in person for next week. I have so right now I got guaranteed 3 games for lacrosse, which are on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'll probably post in the community tab on Monday, Monday or so around 5-6 o'clock. I'll probably post in the community tab what my next stream will be. If they don't get the hosting bid, then I'll probably be back on Tuesday covering the Celtics in their next game on Tuesday if they don't get the hosting bid. But if they do, then I'll be asked to announce the NCAA tournament later next week, which would bring me up to 6 games in person. So that would lead to me taking off all next week of streaming, because I would have all in-person games next week, and I probably would be back on Sunday versus Golden State for next week if that does happen. So I'm not sure or so until Monday afternoon, depending on my schedule. I have to find out my schedule come Monday or so, but I'll post in the community tab probably on Monday night once I get back home. But thanks all for joining in, being a part here on the stream for this one, and wow, just impressive win by the Celtics in this game today. 116-102 the final score. We're going to wrap up here to the channel members. Alright, so all channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. You got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Derek, Sister Surrounds, Mario, Guido, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, and Melinda. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream for this one here, everybody. Celtics, big win tonight on the road at New York. Boston wins by 14, 116-102. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The Celtics win by 14 in this one. Sign it off.